2, test. Testing 1, 2.
Coming in 1, 2, test.
How about now? Can you hear us now?
Testing 1, 2. Yeah, I think he might have to turn this up. Let's see. Test 1, 2. Testing. Test. We're getting something there. I'm seeing the levels on the computer are moving. Test 1, 2. Testing. Test.
Test. What about now? Can you hear us now? What about now? Can you hear us better now? Now? Can you do it? Nothing?
Nope. Shouldn't be that much different.
Ask him about now. Can you hear us now?
How about now? Anything now? Let's see. You might have to switch the outlet. Anything now? How about now? All right, he's switching us. Well, let's call Vince. It's fun.
Well, okay, tell me. Can you hear us now? Stop. Check now. I just turned your volume up. Check now. How about now? Can you hear us? Test 1, 2. Testing 1, 2.
All right. Yeah, let's get into them first.
Testing 1, 2. Testing 1, 2. Test. Testing 1, 2. Test.
I can hear you, but it's like a mouse.
Yeah, it's weird because it's showing up on.
Probably in red on that.
Yeah, it's on yellow.
Testing 1, 2. Still low? Testing 1, 2.
You start off. If I can get this audio right. Your sounds good.
Oh.
My side. I'll get this.
Oh, okay. Moment of silence. Hello?
Vince.
Dear Lord, thank you that this beautiful fall evening, the opportunity for two excellent Christian schools to compete on the athletic field. Trinity has a special treat that you comfort the friends and family of our MJC teacher, Maureen who returned to her home this morning.
Vince, can you hear us? Yeah, I can hear you. I just didn't have my headphones in before. Okay. I just answered the call so you'd know somebody was there. All right, we're about to do Anthem. Okay, stand by.
Can you see by the dawn's early light, one so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleams, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous time, o'er the ramparts we marched, were so gallantly streaming, and rockets red, dawn's thirsty air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, stay.
Hey, Vince? Vince, are you there?
Plenty of sunshine and fun in sun today. A high of 80 degrees. And Monday, mostly sunny. A high again of 80 degrees. It's University of Florida Gators football coming up tomorrow. Kickoff at 12:30. Right here on the home for the Gators, AM 1300.
by the Cocoa Beach Regional Chamber of Commerce. Bringing you the best in local broadcast sports. This is the Friday Night Locker Room on the Talk to Me station, AM 1300 WMEL.
Well, it doesn't get much better in any level of sports than being able to beat your rival to go to the playoffs, and that's what awaits two teams here tonight at Hustler Stadium as the MCC Hustlers and the Holy Trinity Tigers duke it out for the second and final playoff spot in Class 3A District 4, and we are just about underway here at Hustler Stadium in the Mike Erdman Nissan Cadillac High School Game of the Week. Pleasant good evening, everyone. Jerry Durney along with Mark May from Hustler Stadium. And these were two teams that are defying expectations, especially on the Tigers' end. These two teams had this exact same scenario in front of them last year, and the Hustlers won 35-21. They look to do it once again tonight. They won the toss. They have accepted, so MCC will get it first. And the Tigers almost bum-rushed the kickoff cone. I don't know, we're trying to fake the Hustlers out. And the kick from Nick Hamer is away, and we are ready to go from Melbourne. It's going to be fielded around the 5-yard line by Max Erdman, and they go across the field to Kyle Taylor at the 20. He's over the 30 and steps out of bounds. And the Hustlers going with the trick plays first in this ball game. It was Erdman going across the field. He was a JV quarterback last year. Thread the needle perfectly to Taylor, and the Hustlers get a few extra yards to start their opening drive.
I think that's called the Music City Miracle, Jerry, where they try to throw it back. They had a guy sitting here on the near sideline wide open, and fortunately for the Holy Trinity special teams, he stepped out of bounds because he had enough to get to the midfield.
Oh, that actually was a backwards lateral that was opposed to a forward pass when it happened the first time. MCC will take over from just shy of their own 30-yard line and around the 28-yard line. We'll give you the Hustler starters here in just a moment. It is blackout night here. It's the Super Bowl. It's an event that helps to benefit local charities. We'll tell you a little bit about that a little later on. Brandon Ziarno under center to start this ball game for the Hustlers, looking for their fourth consecutive playoff appearance and their fourth consecutive victory over the Tigers. They go to Taylor on first down, and he gets maybe over the 30 to the 31, and that's how the Hustlers start this ball game. For the Hustler offense tonight, we mentioned Ziarno under center. The starting running back is Alex Ponce. The wide receivers are Max Erdman, Will Erdman, the aforementioned Taylor, and Ray Watkins. Along the line, Ethan Self, the left tackle. Chris Cacciatore is the left guard. Cole Carey is the center. The right guard is Tommy Carroll, and the right tackle is Vinny Caravano. Holy Trinity defense coming up after 2nd and 8 from the 30 for the Hustlers. Ziarno goes shotgun here on second down. They put the man in motion. It's Max Erdman. The handoff goes to him. Jukes one tackler at the 30. Jukes another. He'll get to maybe the 33, and that'll set up a 3rd and 5. MCC coming in 4-3 on the year. For this Holy Trinity defense at 6-2, the defensive tackles are Ryan Collins. You'll hear that name a lot tonight, along with Garrett Heinlein and Dylan Ryland. The defensive ends are Mike Leary and Javion Butler. The linebackers are Nick Hamer and Michael Boyle. The corners are James Lovett and Marquise Bergman. The strong safety is Daniel Welch, and the free safety is Johnny Gomez. 3rd and 5 for the Hustlers from their own 33-yard line, and somebody moved. We'll get the officials' crew for tonight after the next break. For MCC, this is their first game in 3 weeks. Their last game was on October 12th at Harmony, and they lost that game 36-35, and they get a generous break here. It's encroachment against the Tigers. It's not quite enough for the first, but it's going to be very close. They're looking at where the spot on the ball is, but it'll set up a very short down and distance here for the Hustlers if they don't get the first altogether. And since then, they had their bye week on the 19th. They moved it back. It's going to move back to the 29-yard line, so they change it to an offside against MCC. So 3rd and 10. They had a game that was supposed to be against Viera last Friday, and that was postponed due to Hurricane Sandy. They may or may not play that game on Monday. We'll tell you about that later. Man in motion here on 3rd down. Ziarno fakes the handoff. He's got a man, and he threw it high. He was looking for Max Erdman. In on the coverage was Bergman, and the Hustlers go 3 and out on their opening drive, a little 2 minutes into the ball game.
And that's the question, big question mark coming in tonight's game, Jerry. MCC having such a long layoff. with an offense that wants to spread you out and attack you down the field. Yeah, they want to get vertical with the passing game, but they also like to throw those screen routes, those bubble screen plays. When you're off for this long, the question is, can your offense get into rhythm quickly, and they haven't been able to do so on their first set of downs.
Max Erdman will punt from his own 15. The Tigers have 2 men back, and this one's going to bounce to Nick Hamer at his own 35. He's through to the 45 to about the 49. So very good starting field position for Mark Ainsley's ball club here on the first drive with 10:08 to go on the State Farm Insurance scoreboard. The quarterback is Daniel Welch. He takes over for Johnny Gomez, who, while he's playing on defense, is still recovering from a injury to his non-throwing shoulder. The running back is Josh Harden. He is the elite talent on this Tigers group as just a freshman. The fullback is Michael Boyle. The receivers are Marquise Bergman and Willie Gibson. The tight end is Javion Butler. Along the line, Garrett Heimland, the left tackle. And then it's Collins. Ryan at left guard, Brandon at center, Dylan at right guard, and Dan O'Brien, the right tackle. Toss goes to Harden on first down. He's over midfield to about the Hustler 45. A sizable chunk of change on first down.
Jerry, that's a name we're going to hear very often tonight. It's Josh Harden, just a freshman, as you said, but a guy who was very dynamic in the backfield. Watching him on film, what I noticed early on is he likes to run behind his pads very well. A very good offensive line. They like to push you up, and what they do, they like to suck you in with their run plays and try to go down the field deep on you. So watch for number 2 to take over this game tonight if the Holy Trinity Tigers have a chance.
Hustler defense coming up after 2nd and 3 from the MCC 45. It's to Harden once again, and he is going to be met at the line to see who's in on that play. That looks like a number 9 on that one. Austin Brown in on the tackle, and he gets maybe a gain of 1. They're actually going to mark him for a loss of 2 back to the 47, so 3rd and 5 coming up. For the MCC defense under the guidance of Bill Svensson, the tackles are Cameron Combs and Ethan Self. You'll see L.T. Thompson a little later. He's still recovering from the flu. The ends are Brown and Jordan Simon. The linebackers are Andy Osteen, Tommy Carroll, and Dyer Farron. The corners are Devin Glass and Christian Kraft. The strong safety is Austin Perlman, and Will Erdman acts as the free safety. 3rd and 5 from the 47. It's an end around here, and it's going to go to Bergman. He's to the 45. He's got the first down. He'll be forced out of bounds around the 40-yard line, depending on where he stepped out. Looks like it's around the 41, but that will move the chains, and the Tigers get the first down of the game between the two teams. Several other games around Brevard County tonight, Mark, and a lot of them with big playoff implications, not just this one. We saw the Cocoa Beach Minutemen on Monday. They go over to Orlando tonight to take on Jones. The winner of that game moves to the playoffs. Down the road at Heritage, the Panthers hosting Palm Bay. Heritage looking to keep up their unbeaten record and clinch their first ever district championship, stealing away 6-8-13 from Palm Bay. More previews coming up next. It goes to Harden on first down. He's over the 35, still on his feet. And he may have gotten the first down to around the 31-yard line before he's finally brought down by Christian Kraft. And that appears to be a first down. They've stopped the clock, and now the chains move. And the Holy Trinity running game doing exactly what it wants in the early going.
What you gotta like about Harden, Jerry, is he doesn't run left and right. He likes to get up and down the field. He likes to hit the holes hard, and what he does, keeps those legs moving, and he drags tacklers, as we've seen right there, able to pick up enough to move the chains.
Harden is 9th in the county in rushing. Comes in tonight with 587 yards on 108 carries. That's good for almost 5.5 yards per touch. He goes to Harden again on first down. He's over the 30, the 25, still on his feet at the 20. And the ball's on the ground. The Hustlers have come up with it over towards the far sideline. Austin Perlman made the recovery, and he's brought down around the 25. And a huge swing in momentum for the Hustlers with 8:11 remaining in the first.
And that's one thing Coach Ainsley's going to preach to Harden on the sideline is when you get in to the second level, you got to wrap up, Jerry, because what those DBs and linebackers are trying to do is not necessarily bring you down on initial contact, but kind of hold you up and allow guys to get in there and knock it away. That time it looked like it got hit from behind. Ball squirted out, landed right in the Hustler's lap, and able to recover that fumble.
Well, Mark Ainsley said when I interviewed him this week, this game comes down to turnovers, and we can't make them. It's almost a self-fulfilling prophecy there on that opening drive. They had a chance to get inside the red zone and maybe take the early lead. Goes by the wayside. handoff here in the backfield, and it's going to be a loss of 1 for Alex Ponce. In there to make the tackle was Javion Butler. And Mark, he has improved week by week throughout the year, and Mark Ainsley said that's a name we're going to be calling a lot on the defensive side.
Yeah, he gets up the field very quickly, Jerry. He engages his blocker and then sheds him and then able to get into the backfield and drop the running back for a loss. MCC wanting to establish the run here early. As you can tell, 3 out of their first 4 plays have all been run.
2nd and 11 for the Hustlers from their own 24-yard line. 7:37 to go in this first quarter. Giarno takes a snap, drops back, he's got him in, and it's going to be incomplete. It was a little too far there for Will Erdman. 3rd down coming up.
Had him on the wheel route, Jerry, just overthrew him by about a yard. And Erdman, that was going to be a big collision there with him at number 11. That is Gomez. It's going to be tricky tonight seeing these double numbers up here on the roster.
Yeah, we've got a couple double numbers on the roster for Holy Trinity that can go either way. And MCC we're learning all over because they have the blackout jerseys, which is different from the last time we saw them against Orangewood Christian. We'll get the hang of it. Giarno out of the shotgun on 3rd and 11 from the 24. Lined up next to him is Ponce. Giarno rolling out to his right, throws on the run, and it's going to be intercepted. That's Daniel Welch at around the 40 to the near the 35. And the two teams have traded turnovers here in the opening 5 minutes.
What started that bad play, Jerry, was the snap from the center. Wasn't able to get it to Giarno cleanly, and then he had to pick it up, roll to his right. I think he felt pressure coming on the backside, had more time than he thought. Rushed that throw, threw it back across his body, right into the hands of the DB, Daniel Welch, as you said. Turnover for turnover, and for Coach Ainsley, who's expecting a turnover battle, that's not what you want to see here early on.
Welch was brought down at the MCC 38, so tremendous starting field position for the Tigers' second drive. And Gomez is now the quarterback here on 2nd down, and the handoff here goes to Nick Hamer, and he'll bring the ball to the 38, or to the 30, I should say. Starting was at the 38. Hamer, an underrated runner himself, 422 yards on just 61 carries, just shy of 7 yards per carry. He's got 6 touchdowns on the year. Harding gets the attention, but Hamer's just as effective, and it's an 8-yard pickup on 1st down.
And the best way to reward a guy who's out there blocking about 80% of the time, Jerry, is to stick it in his gut every now and then, and he picks up big chunks of yards, as we saw right there.
Gomez goes out of the shotgun here on 2nd and 2 from the Hustler 30. They send a man in motion, and that looks to be Hamer. Gomez is going to take it himself. He's going to be there for the 1st down, out past the 25 to around the 23, and that's the 3rd 1st down of the ball game for Holy Trinity. The Hustlers have yet to pick up one so far.
It looks like Gomez going back to the sideline to get the play, Jerry. And that's one thing we saw last year a little bit, was his ability to be a dual threat quarterback. He can throw it down the field and he can run it. That time he used his non-injured shoulder, giving a good stiff arm, able to pick up enough to move the chains.
Gomez last year was the starting quarterback at Satellite, got hurt late in the year, and Cole Shell became the quarterback, and he transferred over the summer to Holy Trinity, and he started up until about 2 weeks ago when he injured his non-throwing shoulder, but Mark Ainsley said we would see him get a few snaps at quarterback tonight. 1st and 10 for Holy Trinity from the MCC 25. Pitch goes to Hardin. He's brought down in the backfield, and I believe that was number 23, Will Erdman, with the solid open field hit on Hardin. No gain on the play, and actually it's going to go for a loss of 3. 2nd and 13 coming up.
Just read that play perfectly, Jerry, able to get in the backfield and bring the running back down with a great farm tackle. That's one of those you want to put on the film screen just to showcase, hey, this is how you do it. You go up underneath the defender and you drive him back, you keep your head up. And Erdman did a very good job of bringing him down.
Elsewhere in the district, Cocoa looking to wrap up Brevard County, Cocoa looking to wrap up a perfect record in district play. They're in Orlando tonight taking on a 1-6 Lake Highland prep squad. More Brevard games in just a moment, but for now, it's 2nd and 13 from the 28 of the Hustlers for Holy Trinity. Gomez drops back, he's looking down the sideline, he's got a man, and that could have been picked off, but it goes out of bounds. Christian Kraft defending on the play, and Gomez was looking for Willie Gibson.
Yeah, Gomez was hit right when he threw it, Jerry. That's why the ball didn't come out nice and tight with the spiral. Almost was like a lame duck in the air. Kraft had a chance, just wasn't able to adjust his body and enough time to be able to make that interception.
Yeah, they'll take the water break here with 5:20 to go in the first quarter. We'll keep it here. Elsewhere around Brevard County tonight, Florida Air looking to play spoiler for Warner Christian. The last home game of the year for Florida Air. And that one just getting underway. Elsewhere, Merritt Island Christian, in a game that was initially supposed to be on the road that has moved back to Cougar Field, they take on Berean Christian. We'll be back here as elsewhere, Bayside going down I-95 to Fort Pierce. Take on Westwood.
School game of the week on the Talk to Me station. AM 1300.
That cut off on there.
Bayside going down to Fort Pierce to take on 1-7 Westwood. And we will continue our Brevard County preview a little bit later. Vince Young will continue to have updates from the WMEL studio. It's 3rd and 13 for Holy Trinity from the MCC 28. Handoff goes to Hardin. He's over the 20, still on his feet, and he actually might be close to the first down. This will set up 4th and short, and a very big decision in the early minutes for Mark Ainsley and the Holy Trinity Tigers.
Yeah, the way handoff right there, Jerry, allowed Hardin to make the one cut out to the outside and then hit the hole hard, and he got up there quickly, and you said it, just short of the first down. It's going to be 4th and 3, and I think Coach Ainsley is going to go for it. I don't see the kicking team coming on the field, so a big risky play here on 4th down.
It's going to be 4th, and it looks like a long 2 for the Tigers. And we don't see the Holy Trinity kicker out there, and that's Anthony Calley. He's not out there, so Holy Trinity will go for it here. They mark it as 4th and 3 from the MCC 17. Chance for Holy Trinity here. Gomez takes it himself. It's actually Hamer on the direct snap. He's all the way ahead to the 10, and the drive continues for the Tigers.
How about this variation of packages Holy Trinity has shown early on, Jay? Picking up chunks of yards in the running game, but it's been multiple guys. It's been Hardin. It's been Gomez. Now we see number 7, Hammer, coming through the line. And, you know, when you got a three-headed monster, as Holy Trinity has shown here early on, it's going to be tough for these MCC hustlers to stop the running game.
1st and goal from the 9 for the Tigers. True I formation. It's Gomez under center. Handoff here's going to go to Hamer to the left side. He breaks a tackle. He's going to be around the 5. Gain of a couple there for Holy Trinity. The Tigers in their road whites with navy blue lettering and numbering and the gold trim. White uniform top and the navy blue pants with the navy blue helmet with the gold HT. We mentioned MCC wearing the blackout tonight. They've got the black uniform top and pants, green lettering and numbering. They've got the Michigan-style helmet, except instead of blue and yellow, it's green and gold. Just a gain of 1 there for Hamer, so 2nd and goal from the 8 for Holy Trinity. They go I formation once again. Holy Trinity going left to right on your radio dial here in this first quarter. 3:25 to play. It's Hamer once again, and he's hit at the line. And it was Will Erdman in the backfield to blow up that play. It might have been a loss of 1 there, and that'll set up 3rd and goal.
2 guys who have to play really tough, Jerry, because Holy Trinity early on is favoring running to the left side of the line. That's where Will Erdman is playing his cornerback position. I've heard Grady Reed's name called a few times over the PA system as far as getting in on the tackle. So 2 names to watch here early on as far as defensively, guys getting their nose to the ball.
They'll say that Hamer did get back to the initial line of scrimmage, so it's 3rd and goal from the 8 for Holy Trinity. 2:45 to go in this first quarter. Looking to take the early lead. Gomez calling out the signals, takes the snap. He's looking for a man in the end zone, looking for Hamer at the 4. And he was well covered on that play, leading the coverage. That looks like number 21, Devin Glass, was in there on the protection. And number 50, Tommy Carroll, in on the play as well. And not the ideal play the Tigers wanted, and they face 4th and goal with 2:36 remaining.
No, it wasn't, Jay. Hammer tried to come out of the backfield. He couldn't really get his head turned around to find the ball, tried to stick his hand up. Maybe he was looking for a flag, but good coverage there on MCC, not going for the play fake and staying on their keys and making sure Hammer wasn't able to come in with that pass.
And I don't think we see the Tiger kicking team, so Holy Trinity will go for it. They're already 1 for 1 on 4th down in this drive. They need 7 here to make it work. And the Tigers are going to burn a timeout and talk this one over. It's their first of the half. We'll keep it here. 2:36 to go here in the first quarter, and we are scoreless. Let's thank some of the sponsors who helped make tonight's game possible, Mark.
First, we want to thank our title sponsor, Mike Erdman, Nissan Cadillac, Al's Trophy Shop, State Farm Agent, Alan Webster, Dan Adavazio, Joe Rayling there at front, Realtor Nicole Sirocco, Champions Honda, B4 Brady's on State Road 524, Dr. Paul Gurney, Knudsen Brain Spine Injury Law Office, and Custom Prints.
Elsewhere around Brevard County tonight, Merritt Island looking to go a perfect 5-0 in Class 5A District 13 against Satellite. Over Beachside, we'll see them next week. Astronaut is at Titusville in the Miracle City battle. O'Galley wrapping up their season on the road at Melbourne. In a game on our sister station, 89.3 FM WPIO and 90.3 FM WEJF, Rockledge is at Space Coast. Rockledge looking to pick up 7 wins on the year. And how about this, Mark? Improbably, Vieira with a win tonight in Martin County would force a 3-way playoff on Monday. It would be their first win of the year. I have no words. I have no words. 4th and goal from the 8. Gomez drops back, looking into the end zone, and it's batted down, incomplete. Defended on that play, it was Devin Glass. He was looking for Marquise Bergman. Well defended by Glass. I think he might have knocked it out of the arms of Bergman. And the Hustlers with a huge goal line stand here late in the first.
Yeah, great job by the DB getting his hand in there and knocking that away. The wide receiver wasn't able to get any kind of separation. Jerry Gomez tried to fit it into a tight window and a better defensive play. Jerry, let's talk about that smoke that's kind of overcasting the stadium right now. It's kind of gloomy 2 days after Halloween to see a scene like that. It's perfect for this kind of game.
That comes from the barbecue not too far away from here. Right now for the Hustlers, it's important to maintain control of the ball. They're in the shadow of their own goal at the 8. Giano fakes the handoff. He faked the high snap and then went with the handoff. And they don't get much on that one on first down.
Jerry, one thing to hit on, I see Dyer Farron, one of the running backs for the MCC Hustlers, taking his pads off earlier. Now he's got crutches and he has ice around his knee. Not good if you're a Hustlers fan to see him on the sideline so early.
He serves as a running back, but he's more importantly known as one of the 3 linebackers for the Hustlers, so it'll be interesting to see who steps up and takes his place as the night goes along if he can't return, and right now that does not look very good. 2nd and 13 from the 5 for the Hustlers. Giano again on the handoff, and this looks like it's going to be Alex Ponce out of the pile, and actually it was Max Erdman. He gets over the 10 to about the 12, so a gain of 7, and that'll set up 3rd and 6. And the Hustlers' most important thing right now is ball control.
Yeah, Jay, need to pick up a first down because that defense has been on the field for quite some time here in the first quarter. MCC going 3 and out on their first possession and a interception on the second down play. From there on, it's been all Holy Trinity running it down their throats.
3rd and 7 from the 11 here. They fake the handoff. Giano rolling out to his right. He's going to throw downfield. He's looking for Taylor, and it's batted away by Bergman. Great one-on-one coverage by Bergman at the 45 to knock it away. I think Bergman's got that attitude, if you're going to take one away from me, I'm going to take one away from you. And the Hustlers will have to punt in their own end zone here with 1:12 left in the quarter.
And he had safety help, Jerry, but the safety was late getting over there. So that was all up to the DB to go up there and make that play. I initially thought the MCC Hustler wide receiver was going to come down with it. But once again, we see a better defensive play by the DB, who just stepped up and made a play.
It'll be Max Erdman to punt about a yard into his own end zone. And Holy Trinity has 2 men back at the MCC 45. One of them is Harden. Looks like the other one is Hamer. Erdman gets this away. Hamer will field it at the 46. Breaks the initial tackle at the 40. He's over the 35. And he's brought down around the 32. Making the tackle on that play was Troy Hart. And that's probably going to be Dyer Farron's replacement. We had mentioned, or Mike Briazzi had mentioned to me earlier in the week, that he was going to be the rotator in the linebacking corps. Well, he's essentially got a starting gig at this point with Farron not in the best of shape for the rest of this one. And again, great field position for Holy Trinity. They start on the MCC 32 with 1:03 to go here in the first. And it's going to be Welch under center for this drive. True I formation. Boyle to serve as the fullback, and there's a whistle here before play starts.
MCC has 12 on the field, it looks like, Jerry.
As the clock continues to tick down, and they're probably going to need to put time back on. We'll see. And they're moving the ball up to the 27.
Illegal substitution on MCC.
make it harder on themselves. Already having that drive start at the 32, now it's at the 27, so 1st and 5 for the Tigers. And we'll see how much time they put back on the clock. We'll see. And they're going to put 101 on the board. They give the signal from the sidelines.
That's 10 seconds.
And we'll also have updates on plenty of the games around Brevard County tonight, and also your home for the Orlando Magic. The Magic tipping off tonight against the Denver Nuggets. Vince Young will have updates on that as well from the studio. 101 remaining here in the first quarter on your State Farm scoreboard. We are scoreless between Holy Trinity and MCC. 1st and 5 from the 27 for the Tigers. They send Butler in motion here on 1st down. Coach barking out the signals. Handoff goes to Harden. He'll get to about the 25, and that's about it. The pile's still moving. First man in on the play was Andy Osteen, and he had a monster game the last time we were here, Mark.
Yeah, our Mike Erdman Nissan Cadillac player of the game. And there probably hasn't been a happier kid to receive the award, Jerry. He was almost dumbfounded when we gave it to him, kind of like me. You know what I do, and I kind of gave him the award and said, kid, you went out there and had one of the best linebacking games we've seen throughout the season.
You say he got back to the initial line, so 2nd and 3 from the 25. Actually, that should be a gain of 2 there. It's likely be the final play of the quarter. It's a sweep to Harden. He'll bounce out to the far sideline. And he's going to be brought down by 2 separate hustlers. It looks like Austin Perlman and Jordan Simon were in on the play. And I don't think he got the first down. And that'll set up 3rd and short coming up here as the final 3 seconds tick off here in the first quarter. Well, defense has been the name of the game so far. A pair of turnovers and a goal line stand by the Hustlers. We've played one here at Hustler Stadium. Your score is 0s between Holy Trinity and MCC. We'll be back in 60 seconds. You're listening to the Mike Erdman Nissan Cadillac High School Game of the Week on the Talk to Me station, AM 1300 WMEL.
Bringing you the best in local high school sports.
To the Brain Spine Injury Law Office provides representation for members of the public who have suffered.
To the Mike Erdman Nissan Cadillac High School Game of the Week on the Varsity station, AM 1300 WMEL.
Well, a potential momentum swing here for MCC when they lined up for 3rd and 5 from the 27. They call the Tigers for a false start, so it's 3rd and 10 from the 32. Holy Trinity going right to left here in this second quarter on your radio dial. It's Welch under center, and the second quarter is still yet to get underway as we get a dead ball signal from the referee. And I'm not sure what that one was about, but we're ready to go once again. True I formation here. Boyle the fullback, Harden the deep back, two receivers out to the far sideline. It'll go to Harden. He's over the 30, around the 25, and he'll fall ahead to the 24, and that should set up fourth and a long two for the Tigers coming up. And again, another interesting decision, but if we've seen anything from Mark Ainsley's team so far, Mark, they're going for it.
Oh, no doubt about it, Jay. But haven't even seen a kicker think about coming on the field yet. I think he's going to go for it. And that was a huge hole there. I'm surprised Harden wasn't able to pick up the first down. When your offensive linemen are 5-6 yards down the field, Jerry, you're going to expect big runs, and that's what Holy Trinity got right there to set up a good down and distance on fourth.
They stop forward progress at the 25, so 4th and 3 here for the Tigers from the MCC 25. Harden, the lone back in the backfield, Welch under center, two receivers to the far sideline. Welch rolling out to his right, he's got a man for Bergman at the 15, and that is complete, and the drive continues for Holy Trinity. Bergman slipped in underneath the defense at the far sideline, and the Tigers are in the red zone once again.
He's going out to the right the whole time. Jerry floated it perfectly for the running back coming out of the backfield, and we saw a play for MCC similar on their second drive when Urban tried to run that wheel route. And Holy Trinity able to successfully convert on that fourth down and get into the red zone for the second time tonight.
MCC had a goal line stand there late in the first quarter. They would look to get a similar result here. 1st and 10 from the 15. Wow. It goes to Harden. I think he ran into one of his own blockers and is going to be brought back near the 20. It's Osteen amongst others, and I see number 79, Trevor Remy, and number 55, Ethan Selfit on the play as well.
We've seen a lot of variations of shifts, Jerry. That time I saw the whole offensive lineman get up and move one over, so that means the center became the right guard became the right tackle, and the right tackle became the tight end, and they had two more tight ends lined out to the right. Something I've never seen before.
It's a loss of one on the play, 2nd and 11 from the MCC 16. They split the two receivers to the near sideline. I formation once again, Hamer the deep back this time. Welch calls the signals. He'll drop back here on 2nd down. He's got to avoid the rush. Rolls out to his left. Throws on the run. And that could have been intercepted by Austin Perlman. He was a little too far over to the left by the time he made his slide. And the Tigers are very fortunate to have a 3rd down coming up.
Yeah, he had no time, Jerry. He dropped back, had 3 MCC defenders in his face, tried to loft it out to one of his running backs coming out of the backfield who initially stayed in to help block. And you said it, almost another turnover for the Tigers.
So 3rd and 11 from the MCC 16 for Holy Trinity. And this is Mark Ainsley's 2nd year as head coach. He succeeds Eddie Edwards, and we get a late false start against the Tigers, so move it back to the 20. That'll make it 3rd and 15. And Eddie Edwards was the head coach at Holy Trinity from 2008 to 2010, an assistant here now. And Eddie Edwards resigned when his wife, Noni, came down with breast cancer. If you read today's Florida Today, it's a phenomenal article, not just on Edwards, but Mark Ainsley's wife, Katie, is also suffering from breast cancer as well. So 2 coaches associated by the same school, and something very unfortunate, but it's a phenomenal read in today's Florida Today. If you still have it, you're going to want to read that. It's a great read. Welch throws here on 3rd down. It's complete to Butler at the 10. That'll set up 4th and a long 4 coming up.
So not only is Butler probably their best defensive player, Jerry, he's one of the biggest players on the field. He went up there and got that ball, able to bring it down. And just a good pitch and catch there from quarterback to wide receiver.
And so it's at the 9. So 4th, and it looks like 4 coming up here for Holy Trinity. They were denied on 4th and goal earlier. Now they're inside the 10 once again. Welch the quarterback. And it's going to be Hamer as the fullback and Harden the deep back. 1 receiver left and right. They fake the handoff to Harden. Welch rolling out right, looking for Bergman in the end zone. Did he haul it in? He did. Touchdown Holy Trinity. They work with the short field, and on 4th and 5, they find Pater, and it's a 6-0 Tiger lead.
Welch rolling out to his right the whole time, Jerry. Bergman able to bring in a phenomenal catch in the corner. Initially, it's hard to tell. We're so far away. Don't have any TVs up here, and I thought he was able to keep the foot in, but did he keep control of the ball when he got out of bounds? The referees did so. By the reaction of the fans and the players over there, It was a touchdown, so Holy Trinity looking to tack on the extra point here.
Anthony Cowley's extra point is up, and it is true. And the Tigers, thanks to the punt return, getting it around the 32, make good use of the short field, and they have the first lead in this ball game. Your score with 9:05 remaining in the second quarter is Holy Trinity 7, MCC 0. We'll be back in 60 seconds. You're listening to the Mike Erdman Nissan Cadillac High School Game of the Week on the award-winning AM 1300 WMEL.
Bringing you the best in local high school sports.
The ratings on Statewide 524 in Cocoa. MEL. And we're back to the Mike Erdman Nissan Cadillac High School Game of the Week on the Talk to Me station, AM 1300 WMEL.
Well, a solid kickoff return from Kyle Taylor has the Hustlers starting at the 40. The handoff here is going to go to Alex Ponce on first down, and he keeps his legs moving to about the 45-yard line. And right now, Mark, not just the fact that they'd like to tie the game, but the Hustlers just need a sustained drive of some kind, something that's eluded them here in the early going.
Yeah, Jerry, I like to see the time of possession because it's so lopsided right now favoring the Holy Trinity Tigers. They've owned the ball, Jerry, for almost that whole first quarter. And as you said, MCC needs to sustain a drive, pick up a few first downs, and at least flip the field. Holy Trinity's started their drives tonight, Jerry, on Holy Trinity's side of the field 2 out of their 3 times. And that's what's going to, your defense can only hold for so long.
2nd and 5 from the 45. They send Will Erdman in motion. Giarno rolling out here on 2nd down, and it is complete to Taylor at the Tiger 40. And MCC is in Holy Trinity territory for the first time tonight. That's a 15-yard completion for Giarno, and he came into the night as the second leading passer in Brevard County. 106 of 157 on the year for 1,453 yards and 9 touchdowns. They're going to need to have those kind of numbers tonight if the Hustlers want to be playing in 2 weeks.
And those are some of the similar passes we saw a few weeks ago from Giarno, Jerry. Just an out route, a good combination route, wide open about 15 yards down the field, picking up a first down and a much-needed first down for the Hustlers.
1st and 10 for MCC from the Holy Trinity 40, 8:08 to go here in the second, and they may get an illegal motion penalty here against the Hustlers. And the Hustlers sideline certainly seems befuddled. We wait for the word from our officiating crew.
Sideline.
It's a sideline warning against the Hustlers, so no penalty yet. 8:09 and counting, and now they restart the clock. MCC looking to match an early score from the Tigers. Erdman goes in motion. The pitch is going to go to Ponce. He's over the 40 to around the 37-yard line. So a 3-yard gain for Ponce.
MCC sticking to the running game, Jerry. And what they do, very similar to Holy Trinity. Holy Trinity likes to run out of the eye a lot. And MCC a predominantly shotgun team, but they like to run a lot of option reads. And they'll give the ball to Ponce, and it's his job to hit the hole and either decide to cut back or stay in that lane and pick up yards as he did right there.
He lines up next to Giarno here on 2nd and 7 from the 37, and they fake the throw, and it's Ponce still on his feet, and and he got to maybe the 35. First man out of the pile there for Holy Trinity was Michael Boyle. Boyle, quite a defender in his own right, came in tonight 8th in the county in tackles with 72 on the year, 31 of those of the solo variety. Just a 1-yard gain for Ponce, so 3rd and 6 from the 36 coming up.
It's like a big timeout here for MCC.
And the Hustlers will burn a timeout with 7:06 remaining here in the second quarter. And we'll keep it here as this portion of the Friday Night Locker Room has been brought to you in part by
Our Trophy Shop with our 2 Brevard County locations to serve you. One on Palm Bay Road in Palm Bay, the other in Cocoa on US 1 just north of the beach line. For all your plaque and trophy needs, give Our Trophy Shop a call at 636-6188. Also, let's thank Alan Wester, Dan Adavazio, Joe Ray, and Eric Ponce. State Farm Insurance is here to meet all of your insurance needs, including auto, home, life, and much more. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Also, let's thank Nicole Sirocco. To navigate the complex decisions involved in today's real estate market requires the guidance of a professional. Nicole Sirocco is committed to service with an emphasis on accountability, reliability, timeliness, and enthusiasm. Call Nicole at 514-5888 or visit her website at www.nicoleshop.com. That's NICHOLESHARP.com.
And I know, again, this is of importance to us, Mark. Sebastian River leading South Fork 17-3 in the second quarter because we're going to be following the Heritage Panthers in the first round of the playoffs. Whoever the winner of that game is might end up being where Heritage or Palm Bay goes in the second round, or the first round, I should say. Ziarno flushed out of the pocket here on 3rd down, avoids one tackle, and he's not going to avoid another. And it's a tag team sack on that play. Javion Butler with the pressure, and Ryan Collins finished the job, and the Hustlers will have to punt.
Yeah, Ziarno just kept rolling to his right, waiting and waiting and waiting for someone, one of his receivers to get open, Jerry, and just good coverage on the backside from the Tigers. Ziarno had a chance to throw it away, but I think he was trying to buy time to pick up the first down. Now the Hustlers will have to punt it back to the Tigers.
It was an 8-yard loss on the play, so Max Erdman will punt from his own 44-yard line, and the Tigers will send Hammer back to his own 10. It's a low one from Erdman, and this will cross out of bounds around the 15-yard line, depending on the spot, and the referees will mark it instead at the 17-yard line, and this is the worst field position Holy Trinity's had so far tonight by a lot. The Tigers have generally worked with a short field. Their first drive started just shy of midfield, and then they had 2 that started inside the MCC 40. And looks like we're going to have the water break here with 6:18 remaining in the second quarter, so we'll take it with them. Your score, Holy Trinity 7, MCC 0. You're listening to the Mike Erdman Nissan Cadillac High School Game of the Week on your home for the Hurricane Hunters, AM 1300 WMEL.
Bringing you the best in local high school sports.
Give Dr. Joni a call at 952-1234.
On the Talk to Me station, AM 1300 WMEL.
And the handoff to Hammer on first down. and it's a gain of maybe 1, so they'll set up 2nd and 9 coming up here, and actually they're going to rule it as no gain. Remember Hamermark from his days at Satellite playing baseball. He's a pretty good baseball player in his own right, and whatever yardage the Tigers gained on that run is going to be nullified. It's a false start against the Tigers, but the Hustlers will decline it, figuring Holy Trinity didn't get any yardage on that play, so let's just make it 2nd down.
And Hammer's lucky. That ball bounced right back up to him, Jerry, because he tried to dive and extend the ball for an extra yard or 2, and it came out, but it landed right back in his arms.
So 2nd and 10 for Holy Trinity from their own 17. The pitch goes to Hardy. He's over the 20, still on his feet to the 25. He's got the 1st down and more, and that is a clutch tackle made by Devin Glass around the 35, because if he doesn't get him, he might have made a house call.
Yeah, if he doesn't get him, I don't think any Hustler does. Here on the far sideline, it looks like maybe a DB had an angle, Jerry, but if Harden hits that sideline, I doubt anyone has the foot speed to stay with him. Fortunately for the Hustlers, he was brought down from behind. Once again, we see another Hustler limping off the field. Got to keep a close eye on this. Already 1 linebacker down tonight.
And there's 2 being treated. Chris Cacciatore, who was a lineman, and Alex Ponce, the running back, is being treated there along the sideline. They're already down a linebacker with Farron being injured. So dropping like flies for the Hustlers, which we figured they'd come in good shape having the 3 weeks off. 1st and 10 from the 33 for Holy Trinity. It's Harden once again to the 40. A gain of 7. That'll set up a very manageable 2nd down for Holy Trinity.
Throughout the night, this is what the Tigers have been able to do, Jerry. They want to punch you in the mouth. They want to run it on 1st and 2nd down, setting up those short 3rd downs where they can either run or pass it. And we've seen them what they've done in the red zone. This last drive was when they got down there, they passed it for the touchdown instead of sticking to what's been working for them throughout the night.
2nd and 3 from the 40 for Holy Trinity. 5:11 to go here in the 2nd quarter, and Harden's met in the backfield, and he just got ragdolled by L.T. Thompson. That could not have felt good. Thompson immediately blew that play up in the backfield and just threw him down for a loss. 3rd down coming up. They'll mark the ball at the 37-yard line, so that's a loss of 3. So that'll set up 3rd and 6.
And a big 3rd down here for the Hustler defense, Jerry. They need to get off the field. They want their offense back on the field. Try to put some kind of, to get some kind of points. They need some kind of spark, Jerry. The crowd isn't into it. And especially, this is essentially a playoff game because one of these teams is going to the 1st round. The other team's going home.
3rd and 6 from the 37. Welch flushed out of the pocket. He's got to avoid another rusher, and he's just going to throw this away. Applying the pressure on that one was number 25, Jordan Simon. And he was trying to set his feet, and then Simon came barreling right at him, and Welch didn't see anybody and just threw it to the Hustlers sideline, and Holy Trinity will punt for the first time tonight.
Saw some laundry come late onto the field, Jerry, by this near sideline judge. Maybe intentionally grounded because he didn't get the ball across the line of scrimmage, and if they don't do that, they're going to throw the flag. They're going to back you up 15, and Hustlers are going to get good field position off of this.
The question is, was he in the tackle box?
It's not the tackle box. It's if the ball does not cross the line of scrimmage, then it's going to be a intentional grounding no matter what. And I think where the wide receiver, the MCC Hustler guy on the sideline caught it, wasn't even close, and the coaches were calling for that, and they got the call.
A couple of upsets in the early going, Mark. Space Coast and Titusville leading Astronaut and Rockledge 7-0 in the opening minutes. We saw that coming.
Wow.
But worth noting, Titusville's played Astronaut close in recent years. Remember, they took him to overtime last year, and I kind of wonder, with Astronaut being knocked out of the race from the playoffs on Monday in heartbreaking fashion, if there isn't some sort of letdown effect for them, where maybe, you don't want to say the word mail it in, but maybe they're just not as enthused for that game, and Titusville could catch them napping.
Yeah, but that's one thing Coach Hawk I don't think is going to allow for the War Eagles to have a let-up game, Jerry. Yes, they may not be going to the playoffs for the first time in a long time, but the seniors can't go out losing to their arch rival, their crosstown rival, the Titusville Terriers.
So it's 4th and 23 from the 20, and it's going to be punted by Callie. They nearly got a roughing the kicker call. And a solid hit delivered there on Austin Perlman. Let's see, the first one coming out of the pile there is it was Cameron Osmond with a really good hit on Perlman. And there's a flag back near the 10. This could be a roughing the kicker penalty mark, but I don't think it would be enough. Even if it's a 15-yarder, it's still not going to give them the first down. And Holy Trinity on their own end would more than likely punt.
Yeah, I don't know if that's an automatic first down, though. If it is roughing the kicker, if it's running into the kicker, it's just 5, but roughing may be an automatic first down. Perlman's very fortunate that ball hopped right into his lap because it took a short hop, Jerry. And that could have easily bounced away, hit off him, and there were 2 or 3 Holy Trinity Tigers in the way.
We'll see both units returning back to the field, and let's see where the ball gets placed.
Maybe offsides on the Hustlers.
There seems to be some noise coming from the Holy Trinity sideline, so that might be good for them.
Running into the kicker.
So that is not an automatic first.
5 yards.
Well, they haven't moved the markers, and the down indicator says it's 4 as well, so...
Must have been running into the kicker.
So Cali will punt once again from his 12. Perlman back at his own 41. 4-12 here in the second quarter. Holy Trinity leading 7-0. Hamer will serve as the punt protector. Cali gets this one away without incident. Perlman fields it at his own 39. He's going to break through the first tackle at the 45. He'll get to about the 47. Boy, the last lick delivered there by Michael Boyle. Perlman to the turf face down, and that could not have felt good. But the Hustlers will start near midfield at their own 47. 4:03 to go here, and this is what you want if you're Mike Riazzi, Mark. 53 yards to the end zone. For an offense that's put up quite a bit of points this year, this should be an easy going. You would think, but with the way the Holy Trinity defense has been, it's a bit more of a challenge.
That and the rust, Jerry, you gotta knock that rust off because the Hustlers haven't been in live game action now for 3 weeks. This is the first time they've gone up against someone in different helmet, different pads, and let's see if they can start executing.
Trips receivers to the near sideline. They send Max Urban in motion. The handoff goes to him. Stays on his feet near midfield. There's a flag on the play. Now he's coming back over the initial line of scrimmage, and he's brought down by Mike Leary at the 40. That was a Barry Sanders run there from Erdman. We'll see what the flag is. Wonder if it's a hold. And the MCC offense is retreating.
It's going to be holding on the offense. Blocking the back.
It is, and let's see where this ends up getting marked off. So just a disastrous start to the drive for the Hustlers.
You like the effort by Erdman, Jerry. Yeah, you want to try to cut it back, but try to make it a Barry Sanders run without Barry Sanders results.
Still haven't seen it yet. I think they're going to mark this from the spot of the foul instead of line of scrimmage. And it moves back to the 41. And the Tigers actually decline the penalty. So instead it's just a 5-yard loss. So 2nd and 16 from the 41. That's a 6-yard loss, I beg your pardon.
And what that tells me from Coach Ainsley's point of view is I want the ball back with some time on the clock, knowing, hey, we get the ball at halftime, if we can put some more points on the board, who knows where this game can go.
Holy Trinity, I believe, would get the ball to start the second half. So it's imperative here for MCC to score going into break. 3.5 left in the second quarter. Giarno takes the shotgun snap, throws on the run, and that appears to be complete to the 45-yard line to Alex Ponce. He's going to be just shy of the first down. 3rd and 2 coming up for MCC.
Yeah.
Good to see Ponce back out there after being treated for an injury earlier.
Yeah, good to see him back on the field making that play just short of the first down marker, Jerry. You had everybody running go routes, and Ponce coming across the field. Giarno rolling out to his right, throwing a strike on the run, hitting Ponce in his gut as he's going down to the ground. Now a manageable 3rd down, and if you pick this up, now you have a chance to get points on the board if you're the Hustlers.
3rd and 2 for MCC from the Holy Trinity 45. Empty backfield, trip receivers to the near sideline, 1 to the far sideline. They send Erdman in motion. Giarno fakes a handoff at the pitch play to Ponce. First down and more at the 40 to the 35. Still on his feet to the 30, and he'll fall ahead to the 29-yard line. It's the shovel pass. Boy, we used to see the Buffalo Bills run that to perfection in the 90s. And the Hustlers, we get 16 on the play, and the drive continues.
And one of the positives, Jerry, of having 3 weeks off is Holy Trinity doesn't have much game film on the Hustlers as far as what they want to run offensively, because they were able to go in there and adjust some things, and that looks like a play. That was a play where Holy Trinity was caught totally off guard, something they haven't seen on film, able to give the Hustlers a first down and then some.
1st and 10 for MCC from the Holy Trinity 29. 2:19 to go. Urban in motion once again. They fake the handoff. Giarno steps up, and it's complete to Watkins at the 20. He may have gotten the first down with forward progress after the hit from Marquise Bergman. But the Hustlers are in the red zone for the first time tonight.
Other than descent, Giarno is the best quarterback in the county I've seen. Who can throw it from one hash, Jerry. This time it was the right hash to the far sideline over there in front of the Holy Trinity bench. Just a great pitch and catch, a good timing route executed by the Hustlers. Getting a little offensive momentum here. Starting to feel it, and maybe they need to get some points on the board.
Mike Riazzi said they throw sideline to sideline sort of by accident because the coaches stayed in the middle of the field during practice. So it's almost by accident that that's where most of their routes go. Handoff goes to Ponce on first down. It was 2nd and 1 from the 20, I should say. And Ponce will get the first down there to about the 16. That'll stop the clock with 90 seconds left in the half as they'll move the chains. Ball marked in between the 17 and 16-yard line. The Hustlers looking to tie this one up late in the first half.
See what kind of clock management the Hustlers have. Only one timeout left, Jerry. They need to have a few plays called in this play, and they need to get to the line very quickly after this play.
Ponce lines up to the left of Giarno as Giarno will go out of the shotgun formation. They send Erdman in motion. They fake the handoff to Ponce. Giarno rolls left, looking for Erdman. It's complete at the 5. Touchdown, MCC! It's Max Erdman, and the Hustlers have a chance to knock this one up on what is Max Erdman's 3rd touchdown catch of the year.
Erdman in motion, Jerry. This time he fakes the handoff, keeps on running instead of stopping his route, which he's done throughout the night. Rolls out to the outfield, runs the wheel route, beats the linebacker to the sideline. And Giarno hits him with a strike into the end zone. Hustlers have a chance to tie this game up in a much-needed touchdown score with 1 into the half, as their offense hadn't been able to produce many first downs, and now they're able to get this 2-minute drive to get down the field and score.
I tell you, that's just a well-run route by Max Erdman. He just snuck down the far sideline unaccounted for, hauled it in around the 5, and went in untouched, and now it's up to him to convert the extra point to tie the game. This is a wobbler. It's close, and he pushed it to the left. And the Tigers will remain in the lead, but the Hustlers draw within 1 on what is Brandon Giarno's 10th touchdown pass of the year. Your score with 1:06 remaining in the second quarter. Holy Trinity 7, MCC 6. You're listening to the Mike Erdman Nissan Cadillac High School Game of the Week on your home for NASCAR Radio, AM 1300 WMEL.
Bringing you the best in local high school sports. I don't know about that.
3 to 6 p.m.
What was it? Give him the ball at 45 and scoops it out of bounds.
And we're back to the Mike Erdman Nissan Cadillac High high school game of the week on the Talk to Me station, AM 1300 WMEL.
Well, MCC kicked it out of bounds, and the Tigers will take over at their own 44-yard line, and no time comes off the clock. So they will have to go 56 yards to the end zone in a little over a minute here in the second quarter, now leading by just one. It's Welch under center on this drive. True I formation, Boyle the fullback, and Hart in the deep back here. They fake the handoff. Welch is in trouble. He's going to try to pass that to Hart, and he one-hopped it. And finishing the play, I believe that was a 2. Actually, or was that 52? Could be wrong. Tough to see the number from here. No, that is 32. That was Troy Hart. Welch had to get that away in a hurry, and he one-hopped it to Harden in the backfield, and that was a dangerous play, Mark, because that could have been a backward lateral, and that could have been a fumble going the other way for MCC. Clock stops with 1:02 to go. And you talked about that smoke screen, Mark. I mean, it is a perfect picture right now at Hustler Stadium. Welch under center once again. 2nd and 10 from the 44. Welch drops back. He's in trouble once again. He's being chased. He's got to avoid another rusher. Throws on the run, and that is complete over midfield. And the receiver, and we'll see who that is in just a moment. And that was Javion Butler. Might have had the first down depending on where they stop forward progress. It's at the MCC 48. The Tigers will need just 2 yards here on 3rd down. 40 seconds and counting here in the first half. It goes to Harden. It's close. Still on his feet. Now he's got the first down. He's all the way to the MCC 39. Clock stops with 32.6 seconds remaining. And Mark, I believe the Tigers have 2 timeouts remaining.
Yeah, they do, Jerry. And what a great discipline there from the offensive lineman. Get into the line quickly, run the same exact play, allowing Harden to pick up the first down. Now they're going to throw it here on first.
Welch has got a man downfield, and it is caught inside the 5. That is a huge catch for the Tigers. See who that is. That was Willie Gibson. He's one of the top targets for either Tiger quarterback. They have it inside the 5 here late in the half. Hans made the tackle. The clock stops with 22 seconds remaining. They're going to have to operate quick. They mark it at the 1, and now timeout is called here. And let's see who takes the timeout. It'll be MCC burning their final timeout of the half. A 38-yard completion from Welch to Gibson with a chance for Holy Trinity to tack on a few extra points here late in the half. The clock stops with 20.6 seconds remaining.
Just a perfect ball thrown by Welch there. Put it in the lap of Gibson. Yeah, he had to stick his arms out, kind of reel it in, but he had the defender beat off the line of scrimmage. And was able to convert that first down and then some. This is where you go back to the kickoff, giving Holy Trinity the ball at the 44-45-yard line, Jerry, and allowing them to operate, picking up the first down, having a 3rd and short, getting to the line quickly, pick up that first down to get the clock stopped, to have a different play called, allowed Welch to say, hey, Coach Haynes was like, hey, we're going to go downfield, we're going to give our chance to get some points on the board, able to execute. Now they're looking at putting 6 on the board once again, and then they'll get the ball after this when we come back for the second half, Jerry. So could be a double whammy here if you're a Hustler fan.
Yeah, this could be a big momentum swing either way for Holy Trinity. The handoff goes to Harden, or it's Hamer, I should say, and he might have lost one on that play. Holy Trinity's going to have to move quick here. The clock is at 10 seconds. They might just spike it here. They get real quickly to the line. No gain on the play, and the clock will stop with 6 seconds left as Holy Trinity will burn their 2nd timeout of the half. I wonder, was it they just didn't get to the line quick enough, or maybe they just didn't like what they saw?
I think Coach Ainsley may have been keeping that timeout in his back pocket just in case they weren't able to score here, and then he could possibly send out the field goal unit or have a different play call. But he wasn't too happy. He was trying to get that timeout called at around the 8-9 second mark. Referees didn't hear him until around 6 seconds, so they granted it to him. Now Holy Trinity is kind of in a bind here. They have to throw the ball. I don't know if they have a timeout left. It says 2 on the scoreboard, I believe, from here. They've used 2. So if they have one left, then they can run the ball. If not, they either got to put it in the air or they got to send a field goal unit, because this should be the last play of the half.
Yeah, you you're going to have to go through the air here because either you score on that play or if it's incomplete, you want to be able to run one more play before the end of the half. But either way, it's going to take a quick release on the part of Daniel Welch. Second and goal from the 1 for Holy Trinity. 6.3 seconds left on the clock. I formation. Welch is going to try to take it himself. There's a huge pile there at the goal line. Holy Trinity thinks they've got 6. And the referees have signaled a timeout for Holy Trinity. The clock has stopped with 0.1 seconds remaining. 1/10 of a second. Welch did not get in. That is close, Mark. At what point do you determine the play is over? That's close. So a huge moment in this ballgame right here. Third and goal from the 1 for Holy Trinity with 1/10 of a second remaining. You know, usually when you see tenths of a second on the clock, Mark, in football, it never matters. This is the one time I've ever seen this come into play.
And it's huge. This could be, as you said, a huge momentum swing for the whole. One team's going to have momentum. If Hustlers can stop them, they're going to have all the momentum going at halftime, saying, hey, we stopped you at the half-yard line on 3 different plays. And on the flip side, if the Tigers can score, then they know they get the ball at halftime with a chance to go up 2 scores after that, Jerry. So either way, this is, as you said, it's going to be a huge swing play to end the first half.
Say this, if Holy Trinity scores, there are going to be some real upset MCC fans wondering how Holy Trinity got that timeout. Third and goal from the 1 for Holy Trinity. 1/10 of a second remaining. It's going to go to Hamer. We still wait for the signal from the officials.
Still haven't got one.
We're still waiting. Both Holy Trinity thinks they've scored and MCC thinks they've got the stop. And they didn't get in. The Hustlers stopped the Tigers on the goal line 3 times to end the half. A huge opportunity wasted for the Tigers 3 times from the 1. They can't punch it in. And we go to half with your score. Holy Trinity 7, MCC 6. We'll take a 5-minute break, and when we come back, Mark and I will recap the first half. Vince Young will get you updated on all the games around Brevard County, as well as an update on the Orlando Magic opening night. And we'll be back for the second half. Your score at halftime, Holy Trinity 7, MCC 6. We'll be back in 5 minutes. You're listening to the Mike Erdman Nissan
can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Alright, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program and participate in the FHSAA network, go to FHSAAsport.com/SBP.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're going to try to dictate to you what you're going to do on both offense and defense. We're going to come at you.
One shot at this.
Now it's time to put the hats on and go get some work done.
So they're all going to look to make a statement early.
Well, the halftime clock is winding down, so we are just about ready for the second half. We are 24 minutes away from the final playoff spot in Class 3A District 4 being decided. We'll take a 60-second break, and we'll come back. Your score at halftime, Holy Trinity 7, MCC 6. We'll be back in 60 seconds. You're listening to the Mike Erdman Nissan Cadillac High School Game of the Week on your home for Florida Gator football, AM 1300 WMEL.
Bringing you the best in local high school sports.
They put a little extra time back on the scoreboard clock. And it is a 7-6 Holy Trinity lead over MCC. The Tigers will get the ball to start the second half, but as we wait, let's thank some of the sponsors who help make the Friday Night Locker Room possible.
Of course, our title sponsor, Mike Erdman Nissan Cadillac, Alice Trophy Shop. Alan Wester, Joe Rayleigh, Eric Ponson, Dan Artavazio, and State Farm Insurance. Nicole Siraka, Realtor. Champions Honda, Beefo Brady's on State Road 524 in Cocoa. Dr. Durney and his two offices, Knudsen Brain Spine Injury Law Office, and Custom Print Screen Printing.
And real quickly, Vince, if you could relay that back one more time for Mark, if we could get real quickly, because we were talking with some of the other people up here in the booth. What was the Palm Bay Heritage and Cocoa Beach Jones score real quickly?
Palm Bay leading Heritage 7-0 late in the second quarter, and an update on Jones Cocoa Beach. Jones now leading 19-7, 3 minutes left in the second quarter.
Thank you, Vince. And we do have an update on Vieira Martin County. Vieira scoring late in the first half, so it looks like they'll be going into the break with a 21-7 lead over Martin County, and that would be far and away, folks, the upset of the year for Vieira to go on the road with no wins on the year and force the playoff. You know me, I usually have something to say for everything. I have nothing to say there. I have no words.
Whoever's running up in that district, what matchup will they get? They'll probably play someone down south.
Yeah, that'll be over quick.
Good luck.
Hustlers set to kick off here in the second half. Max Erdman will kick from his own 40-yard line. The Tigers have two men back at their own 15. It looks like Harden and Willie Gibson. Erdman puts toe to leather, and they are going to go for the onside kick near midfield, and I think the Hustlers got it. And the early signal, one referee signals to Holy Trinity, and now the official one is for the Hustlers. Second week in a row we've seen that, Mark, or second time this week we've seen it. The Hustlers with the onside kick to start the second half, and they get the ball in midfield, and another gut punch for the Tigers. They don't score at the end of the half, and let's see, because now the referees are having a discussion there at midfield. So let's see, this may not be totally official yet. Both special teams units are still on the field. It did go 10 yards though, Mark. Everything looked legal from where we were.
Yeah, they're going to call an illegal procedure. They're saying it did hit the kicker before it got to the 10 yards, Jerry, which will make that Holy Trinity ball.
that's a tough call there. All the referees got together, so one of them must have seen something, another one saw another thing. But it looks like it's going to be Holy Trinity ball. But what a gutsy call from Coach Riazzi. Last week, I don't think it was a planned onside kick. It just happened to work out that way for the Minutemen. This time, the Hustlers came out with the intention of, let's all run up to the line. Let's have our kicker just punch it, basically pooch it at 5, 6, 7 yards and let it roll and allow everybody to get up there and block someone and our kicker will recover it. And it almost worked to perfection, except for it did hit an MCC player, and it's going to be Holy Trinity ball with great field position, Jerry. It's going to be a 15-yard penalty from the spot. So it looks like it's going to, I didn't see what the call was, but they're getting the ball at the 30-yard line in Hustler territory to start the second half. It's huge.
And it's going to have to be the MCC defense once again coming up large, and Mike Riazzi wants an explanation from the officials along the sideline. He's working the officials right now, and we're close from where we were. I didn't see the kicker touch it a second time, but they have a better view of it than we do. And now I think we're going to be re-kicking.
They're re-kicking it. Okay.
Well, the Hustlers won't be doing it this time. At least we think.
Man. Confusion.
So the Hustlers will kick from their 30, so it's going to be a 10-yard penalty assessed on the kickoff. And now Hardin and Gibson move up to their own 29. It'll be Max Erdman to kick once again.
They obviously don't want the ball in Gibson or Hardin's hand with all that space, Jerry.
And I stand corrected, that's actually Marquise Bergman, who is the other return man. Gibson over on the far sideline.
Either way, we know those kids have speed, and you don't want to give them any kind of daylight.
They do air this one, and it's going to be fielded by Bergman at the 30. He'll cut over towards the far sideline looking for blocks, and he will be brought down at the 35-yard line. I believe that was Will Erdman on the tackle, and the Tigers will start their drive there with 11:53 to go here in the third quarter on your State Farm scoreboard.
So after all that, Holy Trinity gets the ball at the 35, Jerry.
That sounds about right.
Only 7 seconds off the clock, though.
The Tigers will be going left to right on your radio dial here in this third quarter. Holy Trinity looking to move to 7-2 on the year, would make them 3-1 in the district. First Academy wrapping up the district title with a win over Holy Trinity a couple weeks back on October 19th. They send Bergman in motion here on first down. Sweep goes to Hardin, and he'll move to about the 36-yard line, so a gain of 1, maybe 2 if he fell forward to the 37. We'll see what the officials mark it. It's at the 37, so a gain of 2 there.
First time in a while, other than that touchdown, you hear a little life from the fans, Jerry, for the MCC defense, as they know that Hardin's been getting chunks and chunks of yards on run plays throughout the night, so it's imperative for this defense to come up and get a quick 3 and out, get that offense back the ball, and see if they can get back into a well-oiled machine.
Welch under center on this drive. They will send Bergman in motion. Hamer, the fullback here. It goes to Hardin once again, and he's stopped in the backfield, and that should be a loss of 1. In to make the stop was Jordan Simon. And Mark, you look at Hardin, only a freshman, and he's 160 pounds, and Mark Ainsley said, growing up playing middle school ball and Little League ball, he was just so much better than everyone else. He now has to learn, finding the holes and the pass block and the run block. So Hardin's basically like an empty vessel when it comes to being a football player. He's going to put on the muscle, he's going to put on the weights. It's frightening to see what Hardin could be in 2 to 3 years.
You see another Marcus May coming through the program, an all-purpose freshman, a guy who's probably going to play both ways down the line.
They fake the handoff to Hardin here on third down. Welch is in trouble. He avoids one rusher. He's got to get it away. And that was incomplete to Gibson at the 39, and the Tigers will punt. Just what the Hustler defense needed, a 3 and out to start the second half.
Yeah, Jerry, going back to those first 2 run plays for the Holy Trinity Tigers, MCC fired off the ball so much quicker than that offensive line did it. The front four for the MCC Hustlers, that's why they were able to get pressure and not allow Hardin to pick up any yards. And now, as you said, that defense did their job. Offense is going to get the ball. If we don't get any kind of special team blunders here, we're going to get some more points.
Anthony Cowley punts this one away from his own 25, and it will be Austin Perlman
was set to return. He's just going to let this one roll. And it finally lands dead at the Hustlers' own 26-yard line, and that's where they'll start their first drive of the second half with 10-12 to go. It'll be interesting to see if the Hustler offense can continue the momentum they got from that final drive of the first half when they moved pretty quickly in 2 minutes, about 50 or so yards, and got the touchdown. What are the differences this time? It'll be Ziarno out of the shotgun here on first down and 10 from the 26. Going in motion is Max Erdman. The handoff will go to Alex Ponce. Spins past one tackle. He'll get maybe one. And Alex Ponce gaining maybe a yard on that particular play. The first man in on the tackle was Ryan Collins, one of the three triplets for this Holy Trinity team, along with Brandon Collins and Dylan Collins. And Ryan's been the most elite of the...
It's got to be on that end.
Yeah. Now let's give it one more shot. If it drops again, we'll just go hard line.
Vince, can you hear us?
Yeah, it dropped 3 times there. Are we all right, or?
Yeah, you're back on.
Cocoa Beach, Melbourne. And we're back to the Micro Nissan Cadillac High School Game of the Week on the Talk to Me station, AM 1300 WMEL.
Well, a second down completion to Ray Watkins was good for the first down. It's now first and 10 for MCC from their own 38. The handoff here is to Will Erdman. He'll get to about the 45-yard line, so a gain of about 7 there on first down.
Erdman going in motion from left to right. Ziarno gives it to him on the end around, picking up a good first down play, or a second down play, I should say, Jerry. I'm sorry, a first down play, setting up a good second and 5, and this is where MCC may take that chance to go down the field here with either Watkins or Erdman, two of their speedier receivers.
8:40 to go in the third quarter. Holy Trinity 7, MCC 6, your score. Ziarno will go out of the shotgun, empty backfield, one receiver to the far sideline, trips to the near side. Hustlers going right to left on your radio dial. Will Erdman now going in motion, and Ziarno had to get rid of that very quickly as Dylan Ryland was closing in very quickly, and Ziarno basically just spiked that ball, and it's third down.
It looked like they were trying to set up a screen. He had pressure in his face, and then he looked up. And I think he was looking for Ponce, Jerry, but then he saw Butler, who was standing right there just waiting for that pass, so Ziarno did a smart thing and threw it into the ground, giving himself another chance for another down.
He's got it on the board at 3rd and 4 from the 45-yard line for the Hustlers. Erdman in motion. Ziarno takes the shotgun snap. He's got Watkins, and he couldn't quite turn around in time at the Tiger 40. It's incomplete, and the Hustlers will punt on their opening drive of the third quarter.
I think Ziarno was expecting Watkins to stop around the 40, Jerry, and Watkins kept going. The ball was still underthrown by a few yards. I think Watkins could have made that catch. Would have been huge to move the chains around midfield. This is the area where Holy Trinity's got to watch for the fake.
Max Erdman will punt from his own 31-yard line. Harden is back to return at his own 24. 8:18 remaining in the third quarter. Snap punt is away, and it's a good one. And there's Nick Hamer back to return at his own 21. Follows the initial block, and he's over the 30. He's over the 35, the 40. Finally forced out of bounds around the 43-yard line. Andy Osteen in there on the tackle, and so is number 60, Mike Hopkins. And the Tigers have their second drive of the second half. That MCC defense really coming alive, Mark, here. Holy Trinity was moving the ball at will there early on in the first half, and it's been tough picking since for the Tigers. And I think, did we just get a penalty there at the end?
Yeah, quick 3 and out on the Holy Trinity Tigers on their first possession to start the second half, Jerry. We'll see the same. We know Holy Trinity wants to run the ball. We'll see if that defense can stand up to the challenge.
Daniel Welsh, the sophomore under center here, I formation. Handoff goes to Harden on first down. He's over midfield to the Hustler 49. That'll be a gain of 6. And a good start to the drive for the Tigers. And the Tigers are just perfectly content to do this for the rest of the night.
And it's funny because Holy Trinity runs to the left here, and that's where those three twin, I don't know if they're twin brothers, but the three brothers line up on the side of the ball. And, you know, the communication with one another and the length that they play with around one another is probably the reason why they're so strong on that side of the ball.
2nd and 5 from midfield. It's to Hamer, and he gets nowhere. There's about 4 black shirts in on the play, and leading in there was Troy Hart. He was the first on the play, and we also see Will Erdman and Andy Osteen making the tackle as well. Again, Hart in due to an injury for Dyer Farron, who is still on crutches along the Hustler sideline. He left in the opening minutes. 3rd and 5 from midfield for the Tigers, exactly 7 minutes to go in the third quarter.
I think every third down is going to be pretty crucial from here on out, Jerry. This being such a tight game, all right around midfield. Holy Trinity needs it. They'll flip the field. MCC wants to get off the field and get their offense back home.
And there's a flag before the play starts. Somebody moved. And it's a false start against the Tigers, so make it 3rd and 10 from their own 45. The Hustlers have won 5 of the 6 meetings in what has been called the Super Bowl since they've started facing each other on a regular basis. And what that is fans can bring in canned goods and amongst other items to be donated to the Daily Bread, a local soup kitchen. And almost 10,000 cans have been donated at this game since it started in 2007. The lone win since this became an event for Holy Trinity was in 2008 here at Hustler Stadium, a 17-14 win for Holy Trinity. 6:25 and counting here in the third. Welch drops back to pass over the middle, and that was very nearly intercepted. And that looked like Devin Glass. It was. He's near the top of the leaderboard in Brevard County in interceptions. Last time we were here, Mark, we saw him bring one back for a touchdown. Nearly a momentum-changing pick there at the 40. Instead, the Tigers will punt for the second time this half.
And once again, 21 comes limping off the field for the Hustlers, Jerry. That's Glass. He was looking for Larry, the tight end, running the seam around the left seam. Just ball, not a very good, well-thrown ball. And as you said, almost intercepted. Would have gave Hustlers great field position.
Anthony Cowley punts from his own 35, and it's Perlman waiting at his own 20. It'll take a bounce just shy of that. It takes a small forward bounce for the Hustlers, I should say, at the 22, and that's where the Hustlers will start their second drive of the third quarter.
Should be a water break.
And it is the water break. I believe it is. We're waiting for the signal, and it is, and we'll take it with them. Your score with 6:09 remaining in the third quarter. Holy Trinity 7, MCC 6. We'll be back in 60 seconds. You're listening to the Mike Erdman Nissan Cadillac High School Game of the Week on the Talk to Me station, AM 1300 WMEL.
Bringing you the best in local high school sports.
Game of the Week on the Talk to Me station, AM 1300 WMEL.
For a little screen pass that Brandon Ziarno had to get away on first down was complete to Alex Pons, and it was good for a 12-yard gain. So 1st and 10 for MCC from their own 34. The handoff here is to Alec LaFleur. He gets to the 40, and there's a late flag on the play. This one might be coming back.
Too late flag. One from holding, yeah.
So that wipes out the run there for LaFleur, and the clock stops with 5:44 remaining in the third quarter. Jerry Durney along with Mark May here at Hustler Stadium. Your score is Holy Trinity 7, MCC 6, as defense has ruled the night here at Hustler Stadium, and this will move them all the way back to their own 24-yard line. So make it 1st and 20 for the Hustlers. Halftime score that we get Mark Astronaut leading Titusville now 14-7, and Palm Bay continuing to lead Heritage 7-0. We'll get a few more scores as the night rolls along. Jarno with the handoff here, and that appears to be to LaFleur, and he'll get to around the 28-yard line, and that's it. 2nd and long coming up.
Yeah, LaFleur initially faked the pass out to the wideout, Jerry, for the screen, and then the delay handoff. Just gave it to the running back up the middle, and right now after that holding call, really just trying to set up a manageable 3rd down here, so look for maybe a play to pick up 5, 6, 7 yards, give yourselves a chance to convert on 3rd down.
2nd and 17 now for the Hustlers, or I should say it's at the 18, so 2nd and 16. Jarno takes the shotgun snap, quick release, it goes to Max Erdman. He's back to the initial line of scrimmage, and he'll get to about the 35, and that'll set up 3rd and 9. Rockledge leading Space Coast at halftime 14-7, and Merritt Island Christian in a shootout at halftime, leading Berea and Christian 24-21. Sam Ross, the kicker for Merritt Island, a 41-yard field goal off the crossbar and in right before half. So 3rd and 8 for the Hustlers from their own 36. 4:45 to go in the third quarter, trailing by 1. They'll split Max Erdman out wide before lining up next to Ziarno. Out of the shotgun, they send Ponce in motion. Ziarno will roll out to his left on the snap, looking for Erdman. It's complete and it's intercepted. It's into the hands of Johnny Gomez. He's over the 40, over the 35, and he'll be brought down there by Ziarno. 8th interception of the year thrown by Ziarno. That one, though, going through the hands of Max Erdman and right into the waiting arms of Johnny Gomez. 2nd turnover forced tonight by the Tigers, and premium field position here late in the third quarter.
Yeah, ball was overthrown over Erdman's head, Jerry, and that basically set up Erdman to take a licking there from Welch, who lowered the boom on Erdman. Gomez comes out with the interception, once again setting up the Holy Trinity Tigers with prime field position here once again to start the second half.
1st and 10 for Holy Trinity from the MCC 35-yard line. One receiver left and right. Handoff here goes to Hammer, and he'll get back to maybe the initial line of scrimmage, and that's it. So no gain there for Holy Trinity on 1st down. Stay tuned for the postgame show. Mark and I will recap this one. We'll get all the updates on the games affecting the playoff race in Brevard County tonight. And we will look ahead to next Friday, the regular season finale at the O-Dome between Melbourne and Merritt Island, and that should be an exciting game. That matchup in each of the last 2 seasons has been decided on the final play of the game. This one might be 2. 2nd and 10 for Holy Trinity from the MCC 35. 3:53 and counting here in the third quarter. They fake the handoff to Harden. Welch throws over the middle looking for Gibson, and very nearly intercepted. And Gibson had to act as a defensive back on that play, Mark, because Christian Kraft had that one intercepted, and Gibson with the great play to knock it away, and the Tigers live to play another one.
Yeah, Gibson got his hand in there very late, Jerry, to knock it away from Kraft, and that ball was well on the thrown by 2 or 3 yards. And it looked like Welch may have had pressure in his face and said, release that ball. Unfortunately for the Tigers, that was not intercepted. And that wouldn't be the first time we saw a turnover followed by another turnover, as we saw that in the first half.
3rd and 10 for Holy Trinity from the Hustler 35. And it is 4-down territory because we've seen them go for it several times on 4th down tonight. They fake the handoff to Harden. It's Gomez here on 3rd down. He's going to take it himself. He'll get to about the 30-yard line, and he'll be brought down by Will Erdman. And that'll set up a 4th and 5 for Holy Trinity.
It's like Gomez once again over there getting the play call, Jay. We talked about earlier in the first half, this gives you the dual threat option. Gomez, who can throw the ball not as Welsh does down the field, but he is capable of doing so. But Gomez has better wheels, so if he gets in the open field, he's got a chance to get a house call. But right here, just looking up to pick enough to move the chains.
4th and 5 from the Hustler 30 for the Tigers. It's Gomez under center once again. Hammer the fullback, hard in the deep back. They fake the handoff. Gomez will roll to the right, and he'll fall down. Stopped by Troy Hart. Gomez on the rollout, and I think he tripped himself up, and the Hustlers force a turnover on downs.
I think I got Jordan Simon coming in from the backside, Jerry, who just basically grabbed Gomez by the ankle, swiped at his ankle, which caused Gomez to go down, lose his footing, not able to keep himself up. And it would have been a one-on-one play with him and a defender if he was able to get out of that. And he had some room in front of him. He had blockers out front. Just slipped up, and a great play by number 25, Jordan Simon, to bring him down for short of the first down line.
So 1st and 10 for MCC from their own 31, 2:53 to go here in the third quarter. They send Will Erdman in motion, and it's a low snap, and Gianno's just going to have to fall on it at the 24 because there were 2 Trinity linebackers quickly in the backfield. It was Michael Boyle, and was that 12? That was, I thought I saw 42, which is not on there, but Mike Leary was in there quickly as well. Sometimes the best play is the one you don't make. And fortunately for the Hustlers, they still have the ball. But it's now at the 24, so 2nd and 17 coming up. First down marker is the Hustler 41. Hans lined up next to Gianno. A little bubble screen will go to him, and he'll get back to the original line of scrimmage. The ball's on the ground, and I think the Tigers have it. They do. Nick Hammer with the fumble recovery. 2nd turnover forced by the Tigers in the quarter, and they get it at the Hustler 31 with 2:13 to go in the third quarter.
3rd turnover for the game for the Hustlers, I believe, Jerry. And it's one thing to turn the ball over, but when you're turning it over so deep in your side of the field, you're not giving your defense any break, any opportunities. They played very tough out there, only allowing 7 points after being in such bad field position because of their offense throughout the night.
And that pressure continues to mount for the Hustler defense because they've been up against it seems, every time they've been out there. They've had to get that stop because it's been on this end of the field. Looks like Gomez out of the shotgun here on 1st and 10 from the 31. He'll take the snap himself. He'll go to the far sideline, and he is going to be brought down. And that looked like number 54, L.T. Thompson, in on the play, and I think it might have been Will Erdman there again.
Soft flag coming late, Jerry. Looks like it's going to be holding. It will be.
And it was 63, I beg your pardon. I thought it was a 53 in there too, but Cameron Combs with the tackle, and the Tigers will have to be pushed back anyway with 2:05 remaining. And it is holding against the Tigers. So the ball at the 40, 1st and 10, or 1st and 20 for Holy Trinity. From their 42. 2:05 to go here in the third quarter. Your score is Holy Trinity 7, MCC 6. Now, worth noting, the other time that Gomez was in under center for Holy Trinity was when they scored. So let's see if Mark Ainsley goes back to the well. And Gomez will air it out, looking for Gibson at the 20. It's a jump ball, and well defended there by Christian Kraft. Big play there for the Hustlers, forcing 2nd and long. So 2nd and 20 for Holy Trinity from the 42-yard line, 1:47 with the clock stopped here in the third quarter. MCC, since Mike Riazzi returned to the program back in 2007, have finished at least 500 in every year. With a win tonight, they would guarantee themselves at least that. Wells trying to get the Hustlers offside and doesn't. He'll roll out here on 2nd down, and that's behind the line. That was a dangerous play by Gomez, and a very late flag. And are they going to get the Hustlers for unnecessary roughness? Harden's on the turf.
That's going to be huge, Jerry. Goes 2nd and 20. Well, you
You know, the bailout button from Madden, Mark. That's what that was.
Going to get him a first down, Jay, I believe, if it's on the Hustlers, and I think it is. Personal foul.
It's a personal foul against MCC. So that'll move the ball to the 25, and that'll set up 2nd and 4. For those of you in the Palm Bay area who are interested, with 3:13 to go in the third quarter, Sebastian River leading South Fork 34-17. Wow, that was a bit of a surprise. South Fork was undefeated coming into that game. 2nd and 5 for Holy Trinity from the Hustler 27, 1:43 remaining in the third quarter. Hammer the fullback, hard in the deep back. Gomez fakes the handoff. He's going to look for Gibson. It's complete first down inside the 20, and he was forced out of bounds at the 14. Quick little slant route there, Mark. Gibson hit his mark, and a perfect throw by Gomez, and quickly stepped out of bounds. And the Tigers are once again inside the red zone where they've been successful only one time tonight.
And MCC was, prior to that play, 1 down away from getting a punt, possibly getting the ball back here. Now they're looking at trying to stop the Tigers once again inside the red zone. As you said, this MCC defense has played very tough because their offense, as I said earlier, is not putting them in good position. Here's that shift once again. Everybody moves over one.
1st and 10 from the 14. It goes to Harden on first down. He'll bounce to the outside, avoids one tackler, and he'll get maybe a yard. It was Hart and it was Erdman. I mean, we see that on extra point formations from time to time, but I mean, that's the only time I can think of.
Yeah, but that's when you have the formation set up. The center's usually always the center, and when you have the center move over one, I don't know unless they have a different alignment on that certain play, but I've never seen the whole offensive line get up, move over to the left or to the right, and see a different guy snap the ball. And it's basically the 49ers as of late have been running those big packages with 3-4 tight ends and extra offensive linemen. That's essentially what Holy Trinity's trying to do here against the Hustlers tonight.
Boyle comes back in as the fullback here. We're now inside of a minute to go in the third quarter. Gomez throws. It's deflected and almost complete there. I think that was Harden out there on the slant route. Wait for him to get up. Actually, that was Bergman who hit the turf. And I'm looking to see who got a hand on it. I think Austin Perlman was the one who got his hand on it. Clock stops with 47 seconds remaining in the third quarter. 3rd and 10 now for the Tigers from the 14. The substitution here for MCC as Mike Pellick will come off, and Kyle Taylor will now come in as the extra defensive back. Score here for Holy Trinity, and if they were to convert the extra point, it would require MCC a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it again. 3rd and 10 now for the Tigers from the MCC 14. Gomez barks out the signals. He'll drop back, looking to the end zone for Gibson. It's deflected, and a huge pass breakup by Christian Kraft. What an excellent game he's had in the secondary tonight, Mark.
Yeah, he's played big, Jerry. He's had 3 or 4 pass deflections. And it looks like Holy Trinity may be going for the field goal here, Jay. First time tonight.
Yeah, Callie's running onto the field here, so here comes the field goal unit. And it'll be a 31-yard attempt for Callie with 42.2 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. The holder, you can see who that is. It looks like Justin Ganavan. The hold is down, the kick is up, and it hits the left upright, no good. And the Hustlers again stymie the Tiger offense.
It's going to be one of those games, Jay, where it comes on a weird bounce. I said who's going to have the ball last. Now it looks like who doesn't turn the ball over deep in their own territory. MCC Hustlers defense once again comes away with the victory on the defensive side of the ball, Jay, as they've done throughout the night, keeping this game basically in check because of that beat.
So you think about that now, that's at least 3 times where Holy Trinity's been inside the 20 and haven't scored, or 4 times they've been in and 3 times they haven't scored. And then you had the other on the opening possession when Harden was going into the red zone and fumbled. Holy Trinity should be winning this game running away. 38.1 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Empty backfield here as Yarno goes out of the shotgun. They send Erdman in motion, and the handoff goes to him. He's over the 25 to 30, the 35, and he will be brought down at the 37-yard line. Tackle was made by Michael Boyle, but he is hobbling as he gets up back toward the sideline. And Mark Ainsley quickly sees that, and he'll make a substitution as he'll bring Garrett Heinlein in. Clock stops anyway with exactly 31 seconds remaining to move the chains. The ball will be at the 38-yard line, and that's what you want to do if you're Mike Riazzi, Mark. Get Max Erdman in open space.
Yeah, the biggest run for the Hustlers tonight, Jerry. Getting them out of their own, basically out of their own side of the field, right around midfield, and they need to pick up more yards than chunks there.
They'll look to execute the same play again here on 1st down and 10 from the 38. Jukes a couple of defenders, and he made something out of nothing there. I think he manages to get a 5-yard gain on that play when he had to dance a little bit there in the backfield to find the hole, and he might have gotten to the 44, so that would be a gain of 6, setting up a manageable 2nd down when we start the 4th quarter. Your score after 3, Holy Trinity 7, MCC 6. We'll be back in 60 seconds with the final act. You're listening to the Mike Erdman Nissan Cadillac High School Game of the Week on the award-winning AM 1300 WMEL.
Bringing you the best in local high school sports.
Studio to score a big Sunday lead leader 7-0 at the half. Jones leads Cocoa Beach 19-7 at the half. Vieira
Mike Erdman Nissan Cadillac High School Game of the Week on the Talk to Me station, AM 1300 WMEL.
It's now 1st and 10 for MCC from the Holy Trinity 49. Ziarno flushed out of the pocket. He's got to avoid Collins, and he won't. He's thrown down back at his own 43-yard line. A huge sack there for the Tigers. It's a loss of 7.
Huge defensive stand there, Jerry. No time to roll out. MCC, one of their favorite places to roll out, have the receiver run that out route. As you said, they like to throw to the sidelines, and that's primarily why, because Ziarno is so good at throwing on the run. That time he didn't have time to even get his back foot in the ground before Collins was in his face.
2nd and 17 for the Hustlers from their own 43-yard line. The 1st down marker is the Tiger 39, 11:05 remaining in the ballgame. Ziarno out of the shotgun. It's going to go to Ponce, and he might have even lost an extra yard on that play. Collins, once again, who has been a terror defensively, and the Holy Trinity defense is fired up.
Yeah, Jerry, they know if they're able to stop the Hustlers here on 3rd down, they get the ball back. Let that offense go out there and maybe try to kill some of this clock. It'll be in the last quarter. They still have the lead. Now that extra point is starting to come into play. It could play a large part in the outcome of this game.
So 3rd and 18 for MCC from their own 42, 10.5 minutes to play. Ziarno out of the shotgun. Ponce lines up to his right. 2 receivers to the near sideline, 1 to the far sideline. MCC going left to right on your radio dial in this 4th and final quarter. Ziarno rolls out to the left. He's got a man at the 45. It's Watkins. It's complete, and he's forced out there by Marquise Bergman. He's going to be about 6 yards short of the 1st down, and decision time for Mike Riazzi, Mark.
I think you have to go for it, Jerry. Your defense has shown that they can stop Holy Trinity. They've done it throughout the night.
Anywhere.
You know, you've already said, your offense
you got to give them some confidence, or put some confidence into them, saying, hey, I trust you guys to go out there and pick up this fourth down. Looks like they're going to send the punt unit out there a little bit.
It'll be Max Erdman to punt. And it looks like he'll be around his own 45-yard line. I wouldn't rule out the fake, though, the way Erdman can move. He's set to punt from his own 44. Holy Trinity sends Hammer back at his own 10. 10-14 to go in the fourth quarter. The Hustlers trail by 1. It's going to be a directional kick, and Erdman's going to throw it. And it is complete. It's to Will Erdman. Did he get it? Yes, he did on the second effort. They go for the fake. It looked like Max Erdman was going to go for the directional kick mark. Stopped on a dime. The little dump pass out to his brother Will Erdman. Dives just past the first down marker. The drive continues for the Hustlers.
Huge play there, Jay. You said it. It looked like everybody was going to the right. Erdman was the one who snuck back into the backfield over to the left and picked up that last effort. Is what allowed him to get the first down, Jerry, because he was stopped short and he'd go forward, getting the ball past the first down mark.
So 1st and 10 for the Hustlers from the Tiger 37 with less than 10 minutes to go in this one. Shotgun formation once again. Ponce lined up to the right of Ziarno. They send Will Erdman in motion. It's the pitch to Ponce. He's over the 35 and ahead to about the 31-yard line. 2 Holy Trinity tacklers in on that play. It's Collins and Javion Butler. And Mark, I wonder, we haven't really mentioned any candidates for the Mike Erdman Nissan Cadillac Player of the Game yet. Right now, Collins might have to be your leading candidate for the Tigers, both with what he's done for the Holy Trinity running game on the offensive line and all the havoc he's creating on defense.
Yeah, without a doubt, Jay, but this is one of those games it's so close that it's going to come down to who makes that big play at the end, because this game definitely has not been decided.
They're going to go with the reverse here. Max Erdman to throw, looking to the middle of the field, and it's completed to 15 to Taylor. The time to 5, and he's down inside the 1-yard line. They go with the reverse, and it's complete to Kyle Taylor, but there is a flag back near the line of scrimmage.
Holding.
You got to get some push there.
Ineligible receiver down the field, Jerry.
And what a devastating penalty there for the Hustlers as the fireworks just go off, and it's going to go for naught. Taylor wasn't even in the end zone anyway. Erdman can throw. He was the JV quarterback last year. He split time with Brandon Ziarno. Made a perfect throw to the middle of the field for Taylor. And, it's one thing to get it on a holding penalty, Mark, but for an ineligible receiver downfield, that has to hurt. And the Holy Trinity sidelines and their stands come to life.
And a great play call there from older Ziarno, Jerry. He knew that play was going to work and it was set up perfectly. The second time Max Erdman that is, has thrown the ball in the past 3 plays and he's completed both passes. This time it's called back though.
So it'll be 2nd and 10 for MCC from the 37. And Ziarno didn't like what he saw, and the Hustlers will have to waste their first time out of the second half. And they haven't signaled it yet, but both teams going back to the sidelines. They just haven't pointed as to who. The referee has his arm stretched out going, who is it? Or did Holy Trinity burn the timeout? Now we'll get the official signal, and it was the Tigers that wanted to do something new. So the Tigers have spent their first time out of the half. The Hustlers have all 3 with 8:45 to go, but the Hustlers still well within range, Mark. They're at the Tiger 37.
Yeah, Jerry.
Jerry, Mark, 2 quick score updates for you while we have a moment. Vieira now leading Martin County 24-7 midway through the third quarter, and another final score. Bayside defeats Fort Pierce Westwood 49-0 final score. Back to you, Jerry, Mark.
Thank you, Vince. The Bears now improving to 4-5 on the year. Don't forget, I think they play Apopka for the final game of the year next week for them. That'll wrap up the Bears season. And again, a lot of people interested in that Vieira-Martin County game. Port St. Lucie certainly looking to see, because they may have to play those 2 on Monday. And again, for MCC, if Vieira were to win, and Vieira was going to play that tiebreaker on Monday, the Hustlers would not have a game on Monday. Both teams back on the field. 8:45 to play. 7-6 your score. Jerry Durney along with Mark May at Hustler Stadium. It's 2nd and 10 for MCC at the Holy Trinity 37. Ziarno takes a snap, looking for Watkins. It's completed to 25 to 20. The 15-10 drive. Touchdown MCC. It's Brandon Ziarno to Ray Watkins from 37 yards. No flags on the play, and the Hustlers have taken their first lead of the night.
You said it, Jerry. Hit him on the slant route in stride.
Watkins did the rest himself as he split the defense, and no one in a white jersey was within 5 yards of him because Watkins ran away from everybody. And this time they got the firework at the right time, Jerry.
Yeah, this one's not to be wasted. And now for MCC, they'll have to go for 2 as it's a 12-7 game. Remember, Erdman missed the extra point on their only other touchdown, so they'll need to make it a touchdown score game here. So the Hustlers will go for 2 with 8:38 here in the fourth quarter. It's Ziarno out of the shotgun. 2 receivers, left and right. And here goes Max Erdman into motion. The handoff goes to him. He's going to bounce to the outside. At the 2, at the 1. And he just got the nose of the ball over the goal line. And the 2-point conversion is good. And it's now a 1-score game. And the Hustlers have gone in front on the 37-yard touchdown pass from Brendan Ziarno to Ray Watkins. Your score with 8:38 remaining. MCC 14, Holy Trinity 7. We'll be back in 60 seconds. You're listening to the Mike Erdman Nissan Cadillac High School Game of the Week on your home for the Hurricane Hunters, AM 1300 WMEL.
Bringing you the best in local high school sports.
Nissan Cadillac products, as well as a fine selection of certified pre-owned cars and trucks. Mike Erdman Nissan Cadillac's website is MikeErdmanMotors.com. Their phone number is 453-2050. Mike Erdman Nissan Cadillac is a proud sponsor of the Friday Night Locker Room. Mike Erdman Nissan Cadillac on 520 Causeway, Merritt Island. Because when it comes to Nissan or Cadillac, Mike Erdman is the bottom line.
Space Coast Tire, Rockledge's oldest and most trusted tire retailer, serving Brevard County for over 10 years, is located at 1732 South Huntington Lane. Space Coast Tire is a full automotive service, repair, and factory maintenance facility. Come to Space Coast Tire of Rockledge for your next set of tires or automotive repair. Call Tracy or Frank at 639-4008. That's 639-4008. Listen to WMEL live online at 1300WMEL.com.
And we're back to the Mike Erdman Nissan Cadillac High School Game of the Week on the top Optimum Station, AM 1300 WMEL.
Well, a good kickoff return by Willie Gibson brings the Tigers to the 38, and the handoff goes to Harden on first down, and he's to the 47-yard line, but there is a flag near the line of scrimmage, and it looks like this will be coming back. Sorry. MCC seems pretty sure, and the Tiger offense is now walking back towards the 30, and I think they know too, Mark. And for that MCC defense, which has been so stingy all night, now you have the lead, and you're 8.5 minutes away from the playoffs.
Yeah, you don't want to be too overly aggressive here, Jared. Do what you've done throughout the whole night is just play good, tough defense. Try to force a turnover if you can, but don't give up any big plays here because Holy Trinity is it. You think I'm ready for Heritage? I must have said that like 5 or 6 times.
I think you are. It's Gomez under center for this drive. True I formation, Harden the deep back, and I believe Hammer is the fullback. The pitch goes to Harden. They're going to go with the reverse. It's Gibson going towards the far sideline. He's over the 35. He's got the first down over the 40 to the midfield, and he's brought down at the 49-yard line. And that was Kyle Taylor with a clutch tackle there at the 49, because if he doesn't get him, he would have been off to the races.
And this is what we expected from Coach Ainsley on this drive. We saw MCC dig deep into their bag of tricks. Their last set of downs, Jerry, with the Erdman throwback, looking for either Ziarno or Watkins down the field, and now we see the Tigers with a double reverse. So all teams got to pull it all out. They know it's either win or go home, Jerry. Big time football right here.
First and 10 from the MCC 48. It goes to Harden. He's over the 45 to 40. Still on his feet at the 35. Still on his feet at the 30. and it takes about 4 Hustlers to bring him down. And the MCC defense, it looks like they're showing some signs of wear and tear from having to hold in those first 3 quarters. And in a couple of plays, Holy Trinity inside the 30 again to the 27.
And they're getting back to the line quickly, Jay. I think they sense the same thing, that defense may be wearing down a little bit. Those runs have been punching them in the gut throughout the night. Now they're going in for a haymaker to try to tie this game.
Brown and Thompson come off the field for the Hustlers. It goes to Harden on first down, outside to the 20. And with forward momentum, he should have the first down to around the 18-yard line.
Yeah, because they're not tackling. They're not wrapping up, Jay. They're not driving through Harden anymore. They're letting him dictate where he wants to go. And he's the one lowering the boom now on the defense. And he's been fresh, because let's not forget, MCC held the ball for a long time that last drive. So he's been sitting on the sideline waiting to get the ball in his hands. And now he's actually doing something with it, getting upfield, making guys miss. Looking like a stud running back right now.
And play whistle dead with 7:12 remaining here in the fourth quarter. And MCC has to burn a timeout just to give their defense a breather here with 7:12 remaining and a touchdown lead.
And this timeout was brought to you by Dr. Paul Durney, who offers personalized foot pain solutions for active adults, with 2 offices located at 1601 South Apollo Boulevard in Melbourne and at 650 South Courtney Parkway in Merritt Island. Dr. Durney accepts most insurances. He offers soothing and effective treatments for bunions, hammer-toes, heel and arch pain, warts, and ingrown toenails. For the latest treatments for fungus nails, including laser, diabetic ulcers, and wound care, corns, and calluses, give Dr. Durney a call at 952-1234. That's 952-1234, and walk pain-free today.
We do have an update
from the studio. Vieira leading Martin County 24-14 early in the fourth quarter.
Well, you read my mind, Vince, because that's exactly what I was about to relay here on air. And we just do have a score now from the Space Coast game, and we'll give that to you in just a moment. First and 10 for the Tigers from the Hustler 15-yard line. 7:12 remaining in the fourth quarter. They fake the handoff to Harden. Gomez is going to take it himself. He's to the 10. He might have even gotten the first down. Let's see where the officials, one of them's pointing the first down. It's going to be close. Space Coast answering a quick Rockledge score. It's now 21-14 there at the Snake Pit up in Port St. John.
Maybe we see Rockledge with a little bit of a letdown. Let's not forget, if Space Coast can hold on to win that game, I think that sets up an interesting scenario with Astronaut Rockledge possibly.
Well, no, Rockledge clinched it with that win Monday night.
Okay.
Second and 2 from the 7. Gomez hands off to Harden. He's to the 4, 3, 2, 1. It's close. Holy Trinity thinks they've got 6. I think the ball might have hit the ground prior to. And the referee signals to stop the clock with 6:29 remaining. And it looks like he's down around the 2. He's actually, that's minus if we get one of the players to move, and no, he's at the 1. So for the second time tonight, Holy Trinity has it at the 1. 6:25 and counting. Gomez is going to take it himself, and he's in there. And a very quick drive for the Tigers. They go 62 yards, and with little resistance from the Hustlers, and they're an extra point away from tying this ball game.
Just a quick answering drive there for Holy Trinity, Jerry. You thought, how would they bounce back after not being able to score, after making so many trips inside the red zone tonight, and this time they're able to punch it through. Very important extra point here coming up.
Remember, Callie missed the field goal earlier. His kick here is good. And with 6:20 to go, we are tied at 14 between MCC and Holy Trinity. We'll be back in 60 seconds. You're listening to the Mike Erdman Nissan Cadillac High School Game of the Week on your home for NASCAR Radio, AM 1300 WMEL.
Bringing you the best in local high school sports.
At the 22, and that was number 23, and we don't have one on the roster there. That one not accounted for. So the Hustlers, if they want to go back in front and what could clinch this ball game, would have to go about 78 yards in 6 minutes and 13 seconds to go. And that drive took just over 2 minutes mark, and if tackle on the holding penalty, that was a 70-yard scoring drive, and Holy Trinity fired back just like that. Giarno out of the shotgun here on 1st and 10 from the 22. It's the shovel pass here. It's to Ponce, and he may have gotten back to the initial line of scrimmage, and that's about it.
That time, Holy Trinity didn't fall for the fake, Jared. They stayed at home on that shovel pass. They would bring them down. Last time they were gashed for a big play. This time they look like the Hustlers only picked up the yard.
Under 6 minutes to play, a 1-yard gain for Ponce. 2nd and 9 from the 23. Ponce lines up to the right of Giarno. Again, the Hustlers going left to right on your radio dial here in this 4th quarter. Now Ponce will be on Giarno's left. One receiver to the left end right as Max Erdman goes in motion. Giarno takes a snap, looking over the middle for Perlman, and it's incomplete. Well defended on that play by James Lovett, the junior.
A flag? It's like someone tying their shoe. Okay. See two referees talking now, seeing what they saw. Maybe there was a flag on the far sideline. Getting a call now. Sideline warning. Holy Trinity.
Yeah, I don't know if that works like the delay of game in basketball where you get one warning and then the next one's a penalty.
15-yarder too.
3rd and 9 for the Hustlers from their own 23. 5:33 to play. This game's been everything we thought it would be, and now we get a whistle here from the officials. And we're going to have a discussion there. Mark Ainsley's over there talking with Josh Harden, who also serves as an occasional defensive back, and he's off the field. Giarno out of the shotgun. Ponce lined up to his right. Two receivers to the far sideline, one on the near side.
Big third down.
Going in motion is Erdman. Giarno rolling out to the left. He's in trouble. He's got to avoid one rusher, and he won't. And it's going to be a tag team sack on that one. It was Javion Butler who started it, and it was Ryan Collins who finished it, and the Hustlers will have to punt.
You may have to give it to the Collins trio, Jerry, if the Tigers can come away with this, because those boys have played an outstanding game, all three of them, whether it be offensively or defensively, because Holy Trinity runs to their side of the line almost 90% of the time, Jerry, and they're the reason they've been able to pick up chunks of yards, and that time able to get the huge sack on 3rd down. He was waiting for Max Erdman to clear out into the flat on the side, never able to get out there before the defense got in Giarno's face.
Erdman will punt from inside his own 5-yard line. Hammer awaits from just inside midfield. He'll have to back up. He catches it right at midfield. Over the 45 to the 40. Breaks the tackle at the 35, still on his feet. And he'll fall forward ahead to the 30-yard line. And with 4:37 to play, the Tigers need to go just 30 yards to get to the playoffs.
Both teams have already used one timeout, I believe, the second half, Jerry. So Holy Trinity going to go into their 4-minute offense, I believe. They want to pick up yards, and they want to be able to let that clock run as low as they can before they either trot that field goal attempt on there or they able to punch it through. But we've seen them already miss once tonight on a field goal opportunity, and they actually have not. They've had a bunch of 4th downs inside that area and only attempted the one time. Let's see what they do here with 4:37 left to play in the 4th quarter.
You would imagine it will be 4th down territory for the Tigers if it comes to it. 1st and 10 from the 30. I formation here. Gomez hands off to Hart, and he's met immediately at the line. Troy Hart leading the way, and so is number 51, Andy O'Steen, driving him back. Let's see where they stop forward progress. And for the Hustler defense that had all sorts of trouble on that last drive, they look rejuvenated there on 1st down.
Well, they were selling out here. Everybody blitzed. The four DBs, everybody else, shot their gaps and got back there and able to bring Harden down before he got back to the line of scrimmage. They're not going to let Harden beat him here. They're going to make Welsh either throw the ball or do something with his legs. We may see Gomez sneak in here late if it balls on that. We may also see another kind of trick play, double reverse or a throwback pass.
2nd and 12 from the Hustler 32, 3:51 to play. And it looks to be Gomez under center here in the I formation. It's to Harden once again. He's through the first hole, still on his feet at the 25-20. He's got the first down to about the 15-yard line. Tackle made there by Austin Perlman. The Tigers are in the red zone once again.
It looks like number 21, Glass for the Hustlers. Had him wrapped up right at the line of scrimmage, Jerry, but once again, I think this defense is starting to get worn down. They've been on the field a long time. Yes, they've done their job throughout the night in stopping this offense, but as I said earlier, eventually all those jabs to the gut catch up to you. But we see a lot of hands on hips right now for the Hustlers.
First and 10 from the 16, 3:23 to play. It's Harden bouncing to the outside. He's through one set of tacklers. He's down around the 10, and he'll be stopped there. See who the first out of the pile on that one was. Number 55, Ethan Self made one of the tackles. And we see number 54, LT Thompson as well. A couple of substitutions coming off now for MCC. We see Austin Brown and Grady Reed coming in. And Self and Trayvon Remy will come out.
Simon, one of the better defenders over here on the bench here. I don't know if he's hurt, but he's getting some water or punishment, or you got to have him on the field here late in this game.
132 yards on the night for Harden and counting. 2nd and 2 from the 7. Gomez hands off to Harden. He'll bounce to the outside. He's got the first down and more, and he's got the touchdown. And with 2:34 to play, the Tigers are in front. And there's a huge Holy Trinity contingent that is stuck down there in the corner over on the track, and they are going berserk. Holy Trinity, and I don't have the exact year in front of me, but it's been a few years since the Tigers were in the playoffs. They're now 2 minutes and 34 seconds away.
And I can see why Coach Ainsley was so optimistic about this year's team.
And Callie's extra point is up and good. And the Tiger defense needs just one more stop thanks to a 7-yard touchdown run by Josh Harden. Your score with 2:34 to play is Holy Trinity 21, MCC 14. We'll be back in 60 seconds. You're listening to the Mike Erdman Nissan Cadillac High School Game of the Week on your home for Florida Gator football, AM 1300 WMEL.
Bringing you the best in local high school sports.
No better place to watch the game with good food and great friends than Beef O'Brady's on State Road 524 in Cocoa. Sean O'Reilly and the whole gang at Beef's have always been big supporters of local sport, so the tie-in with the Friday Night Locker Room is unnatural. Stop by Beef's and check out their taco baskets, chicken, steak, or fish, and tell Sean you heard about it on the Friday Night Locker Room. That's Beef O'Brady's on State Road 524 in Cocoa. Aurora Angels weekdays 3 to 6 p.m. AM 1300 WMEL. And we're back to the Mike Erdman Nissan Cadillac High School Game of the Week on the top station, AM 1300 WMEL.
And it was a 15-yard completion on first down from Ziano to Max Erdman, so the Hustlers now have it at their 40-yard line with 2:15 to play in each team with 2 timeouts left to use. Ziano drops back, looking over the middle for Erdman. It's completed to 45 to 40, 35, he jukes it, defender there at the 33, beats another one, 25, 20, 15, and down inside the 13-yard line. And in 2 quick plays, the Hustlers are in the red zone. Wow. And every Hustler fan has to be thinking Where was this all night?
What I text you right before the game, Jerry?
This is gonna be. Let me pull that one up. Should be a good one. That's what you said.
Telling you what, these teams evenly matched. They know each other so well inside and out. And this is the kind of game we expected to see.
And the crowd at Hustler Stadium rises to its feet. Clock stopped with 2:02 as the chain gang gets down there. And now the referees signal, was it a timeout for MCC?
No, timeout, Holy Trinity.
Holy Trinity will burn their second timeout of the half with 1:59 to play, and the Hustlers are 13 yards away. We finally do want to pass along tonight, and it's a good start to the year for the Orlando Magic, and that's about as good as you can hope for after everything that happened in the offseason. The Magic, 102-98 winners tonight over the Denver Nuggets. So when we're done here tonight, we'll either be sending it to Rusty Humphries or Jimbo Hinton. Our Magic coverage kicks off on Sunday at 6 o'clock. The Magic taking on the Phoenix Suns. So the Tigers are left with one timeout from here on out. Now, if it were to go to overtime, you get an extra timeout from however many you have left at the end of regulation. So if we were to go to overtime at this point, Holy Trinity would have 2 as of now, and MCC would have 3, as the Hustlers right now have 2. A bit complicated, but I'll try to make it easy. First and 10 for MCC from the Tiger 13, a minute and 59 seconds to play, and they trail by 7. 2 receivers left and right. Ponce lined up to the left of Ziarno in the backfield. Now to the right as Ziarno's out of the shotgun. Hustlers going left to right. Handoff will go to Ponce. He's over the 10. He's down to around the 8-yard line. And this is 4-down territory. The Hustlers have to get into the end zone, so you will not be seeing a field goal here.
With a little over 2 minutes before that play started, Jerry, you have timeouts, you have time to run the ball. That's why they did so with Ponce. Maybe loosen up that defense as they were back on their heels for the pass. Maybe try to sneak something in the flat once again, or down the seams with Erdman or Watkins. But once again, watch that slant. Watkins scored on it earlier. He's got the size advantage over all the Holy Trinity Tiger DBs out there.
Yeah, Watkins goes about 6'4", so even you want to go on that slant route there, or if you just want to fade one to the corner, he's an ideal target there as well, as the Hustlers burn their second timeout of the half with a minute and 31 seconds to go. So each team has 2 timeouts, or actually each team with 1 timeout here for the final 91 seconds. Jerry Durney along with Mark May here at Hustler Stadium, and it's been a wild fourth quarter as we've seen the lead change twice. Started off with the 37-yard pass from Ziarno to Watkins. That put MCC in front. And then a 70-yard touchdown drive by Holy Trinity in 2 minutes tied it right back up. And then after forcing a 3-and-out, Holy Trinity used the short field to their advantage. And they scored relatively quickly on a 7-yard touchdown run by Josh Harden. And that's your score right now. It's 2nd and 6 for MCC from the Tiger 9-yard line. A minute and 31 seconds to play. Ziarno out of the shotgun. Ponce now to his right. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Ziarno throws, look at the end zone for Watkins! And it hit the ground before Watkins could cradle it in. Incomplete. 3rd down coming up with 1:28 to play.
And if MCC is able to get into the end zone, Jerry, let's not forget their only extra point attempt. They were not able to convert it. They had to go for 2 the second time to get in that 1 touchdown lead. And I see number 60, probably the long snapper, just a sophomore. He could play a huge role here if MCC gets into the end zone.
Well, according to the handbook, or at least the code I've always thought was play for the tie at home, go for the win on the road. 3rd and 6 from the 9. Ziarno steps up. He's going to go on the fade for Watkins! And he tried to one-hand it and couldn't bring it in. And that was well defended there by Willie Gibson in the corner. And the playoff spot from Class 3A District 4 all comes down to this. 4th down and 6 to go from the 9-yard line with 1:23 to play. The first down marker is the Holy Trinity 3. And it looks like the Hustlers will burn their final timeout before this play. Well, we kept saying for the past few weeks, Mark, we're due for a good one. Well, we got one.
I think we were kind of ready for this one, Jay.
Yes, we were.
Both teams, what this game meant. That spot in the playoffs is huge.
and just the rivalry thrown on top of it, the Super Bowl, MCC wearing the all black, and you look over and you see that Holy Trinity continuously follows that team up and down the field. Look at that, Jay. Now they're on the far sideline, so
those are the kids too.
Man, what a great atmosphere tonight, and this is how this game should come down to. It's on one of the final plays, fourth down. It sucks that one team's got to win, one team's got to lose, but it's got to come down to this. Let's see if MCC can either get a touchdown.
Trinity leads 21-14. One receiver left and right. Max Erdman goes in motion. Ziarno out of the shotgun, and this play's whistled dead. There's a flag on the play at the line of scrimmage. And it's encroachment against Holy Trinity. Now that won't give them the first down, but it's much more manageable, Mark. Now you need just 1 yard to get that first down.
Now you can actually run one of those draw plays with punts up the middle. You don't have to necessarily go for the end zone, Jerry. So MCC playbook opens up. We'll see what Coach Ziarno calls to the other Ziarno in the huddle right now. Huge play out here for MCC. This is the game.
Yeah, Jim Ziarno Jr. giving this play to his son Brandon. 4th and 1 from the 4. And a timeout called on the field. Or at least the referee stopped play, and they're going to want to put time back on the clock. 2 seconds came off the clock as that play started, and it was blown dead before it started. So 1:23 on the clock. 4th down and 1 for the Hustlers at the Holy Trinity 4. They need 1 yard for the first. They need 4 for 6. They'll split Watkins out to the far sideline, and to the near side, it's Kyle Taylor. Ziarno is under center, and I think the Tigers are going to burn their final timeout. They do. So each team out of timeouts with 1:23 to go. Boy, is this fun or what?
Now you don't have to worry about explaining that overtime timeout thing, Jerry, because they don't have any rest.
They're going to have one.
They each have one. MCC's got to score first before we can even think about overtime.
Right. Every time we do Holy Trinity MCC, it comes down to this, doesn't it?
Whether it's basketball, football, it's just a rivalry game, and that's how these rivalry games should be, Jay. Nail-biting games to the very end.
Stick around for the post-game show. Mark and I will recap this one, however it ends. Vince Young will give you an update on all of the other playoff race-impacting games from Brevard County. We'll look ahead to next Friday night. It's the regular season finale, Melbourne at Merritt Island. We'll have that one next Friday, starting at 7:06 p.m. and kickoff at 7:30. 1 minute and 23 seconds to play. Holy Trinity 21, MCC 14. 4th down and a yard to go from the 4. Ziarno was going to go under center. Now he's in shotgun. Watkins to the left, Taylor to the right. Ponce lined up to his left. They send Max Erdman in motion right to left. Ziarno rolls out to the left and is complete to Will Erdman. Did he get in? He'll get the first down. The question is, did he get the touchdown? I don't think he did. He looked like he got stopped at the 1. And I think it was Michael Boyle who made the touchdown-saving tackle there, Mark. Was that 22? Yep. It was Boyle with the touchdown-saving tackle at the goal line. And the Hustlers had to make a goal line stand at the 1 to end the first half. They now need to punch it in from the 1 at the end of the second half. 1st and goal from the 1. 1:10 and counting. Ziarno goes under center here. Ponce will be the lone back in the backfield. Again, it's Watkins to the left and Taylor to the right. Exactly 60 seconds to go. It's to Ponce. He didn't get in. He might have even lost a yard. Big tackle made there by Dylan Ryland at the goal line. Again, both teams are out of timeouts, and I don't think the Hustler offense knows that because the coaching staff is screaming at them to get the next play going. Now they quickly break the huddle. They're back at the line. 40 seconds to go. 1st and goal from the 2. 35 seconds to play. It's Ziarno out of the shotgun, barking the signals. It's going to go here to Will Erdman. It's close. I don't think he got it. And then the ball sprouted loose, but I think that was after the play.
Clock is running.
The clock is running. The Hustlers are going to have to hurry. 20 seconds to go. It's 3rd and goal from the 1. Ziarno getting everyone under center. He's going to try to take it himself, and with the extra effort, he is in for the touchdown. Boy, I think Brandon Ziarno might have gotten some extra help on that one, Mark. Either way, the Hustlers
Hustlers are in the end zone, and there's a late flag. I think the Tigers are beside themselves, saying that maybe he got a push. 10.5 seconds to go, and now the all-important extra point to tie this game.
If they kick it, we can see a fake here.
Yeah, this is... it's possible. We saw them attempt the fake punt earlier.
And depending on who that flag is on, if it's on MCC for excessive celebration, Jay, that back up 15. That's huge. We still haven't gotten the word. If it's on Holy Trinity, it gives them half the distance, which would be about the...
And then you'd be really tempted to take it. And the officials are coming over, and they want to talk to Mike Riazzi. So this is interesting. It's an unsportsmanlike is what we're hearing up here in the press box.
They're going for it.
It's against Holy Trinity, and I think the Hustlers are going to go for two and the win with 10.5 seconds to go. And I'll tell you what, Mark, Brendan Ziarno's lined up as a wide receiver, and Max Erdman appears to be the quarterback. I mean, he could drop kick it for all we know. I mean, everything is in play right now. Ray Watkins running out to the far sideline. 21-20 your score. 10.5 seconds to go. The Hustlers, they might not even get this off before the play clock. There's not one on the field, so we don't know how much time is left.
They started it. The referees are just not running back on the field.
I think they were explaining to Mark Ainsley what happened there.
I think we may see a man come in motion, set up, and we might see Erdman kick this. They just don't want it to be blocked here, Jay. That's why everyone's spread out. That's what I would do. We'll see.
And there's a flag there coming from the far sideline.
It's getting sloppy though at the end.
Yeah, but I think both of these defenses are just absolutely exhausted from what has been an absolutely bruising physical game. And Mark Ainsley said that about his team. We're going to knock you around and we're going to beat you up. And both teams have done that to each other tonight. It's encroachment against Holy Trinity. I don't think they can move it any further, Mark, than they already do. So that really is just for cosmetic sake. 21-20, 10.5 seconds to go. Two receivers to the left, one to the right. Max Erdman is in the shotgun formation. He's going to try to take it himself. He's to the outside, and he's in! And the Hustlers have the lead! They knew it was coming, and Max Erdman just beat his man to the corner, and the Hustlers lead by one with 10.5 seconds to play.
This one's all you, buddy.
Wow! I mean, everything was in play. Mark mentioned the potential just to drop kick the extra point. Erdman split time last year with Brendan Ziarno as the JV quarterback, and the big question here at MCC was who was going to get it. Well, you know what? They both can, and it's going to get the Hustlers a playoff berth.
Wow. Who gets our trophy, Jerry?
Boy. That's a good call.
We might have to let Coach Riazzi.
Yeah, this is...
Hey, there's still 10.5 seconds. We've seen crazier things.
And the way this fourth quarter's gone, I think you do have to keep that in mind. 4 touchdowns this quarter. It'll be Erdman to kick it. You imagine the Hustlers will squib it here. Don't give Bergman or Gibson any sort of chance to return the ball. You want one of the up men taking it. 10.5 seconds left. 22-21. Erdman to kick it from the 40. Bergman and Gibson await at their own 20. And it is a squib, and it's going to be fielded at the 40 here. And that's Leary, and he'll get to just shy of midfield. Probably about the 47 or the 48-yard line with 6.4 seconds to go. What a fourth quarter here in Melbourne. And one play to decide this ballgame from the 48-yard line. And here comes the prevent here. The Hustlers will send all sorts of DBs back. It's going to be Johnny Gomez to throw it. One receiver to the near side, two to the far sideline. There is one back in the backfield. Gomez goes under center. 6.4 seconds to go. Both teams out of timeouts. Gomez drops back. He's going to have to avoid the rush. He's in trouble. He throws it. It's complete to Gibson at the 40. And he's brought down at the 35. And the ball game is over. And for the fourth consecutive year, the MCC Hustlers are going to the playoffs. And they do it in the most dramatic fashion possible. A one-point win over their rivals, the Holy Trinity Tigers. And for the fourth year in a row, the Hustlers will be hosting the Super Bowl trophy, and it may never feel any better than this. As the students storm the field to surround their team. The Hustler defense did it for about 3.5 quarters tonight, Mark, and when they absolutely had to, the offense came through, and they're going to be playing in 2 more weeks.
Credit to both sides, Jerry. They came out and played a very hard-fought game that came literally down to the last play of the game. They went for 2. Coach Real, he had faith in his offense. Different formation, one that Holy Trinity hasn't seen the whole night. Erdman at quarterback. Basically kept it himself, almost a Tim Tebow kind of play. Beat him to the edge, and he got to the end zone. Got the 2-point conversion, and now MCC's moving on, and Holy Trinity's going home. Tough loss if you're on that Holy Trinity side and you're a senior, Jerry, because statistically they dominated this game right to the very end. Just that MCC defense stepped up to the plate when they had to.
You know, a lot of those Holy Trinity players, Mark, are going to say we deserve to win that game, and you know what? They have every right to say that. Dominated on the offensive side, and that defense kept what is normally a high-powered MCC offense in check. The Hustler offense, the last time out, scored 35 points. They held them to 6 for most of this ball game. I tell you, this is a game, Mark said it. Someone had to lose this game. It's unfortunate that someone did, and it's the Tigers. Well, we'll take a 5-minute break, and when we come back, Mark and I will recap this incredible game here in Melbourne. Vince Young will get you up to date on all the other playoff races around Brevard County, and we'll look ahead to next Friday between Melbourne and Merritt Island. But let's take our final 5-minute break. Your final score tonight, MCC 21, MCC 22, Holy Trinity 21. You're listening to the Mike Erdman Nissan Cadillac High School Game of the Week on your home for the Orlando Magic, AM 1300 WMEL, bringing you the best in local high school sports.